Hello, hello, hello. How's the audio? Are we popping? Are we okay? Ooh, one second. Why am I having trouble with this for the first time? Anyways, all good? No way. This is gonna be a long stream. It's gonna be a very long stream. We're streaming until what is it? Essentially 10 p.m. So 3.5 hours. Oh boy. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Scythe Arm. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Are you new here? I feel like your name does not register with me. But what a strong entrance you've made. Way to introduce yourself. I'm sure you've been here, but it's much appreciated. Thank you very much. Um, what's going on? You guys might say, Cory, why are you wearing the robe headband? In the Big Brother house, it was because I thought I was being quirky and I thought it looked cool and stuff. Nowadays, it's to cover up the hairline. More importantly, the haircut, which doesn't exist. My hair's just a mess. So we're rocking it. It's back. Today is going to be a diabolical day for a lot of reasons. First of all, it's April Fool's Day. Have you guys gotten got by anybody? America has gotten got. America, I'm showering. She slams on the door. I'm like, oh my God, what's happening? There must be some shit. She's like, do you know Jag and Izzy started a podcast? I'm like, really?
You fell for it. You fell for it too.
I fell for it for a minute. Because I was just like, huh. And then I was like, okay, this makes no sense. And then I was like, it's April Fool's, obviously. So I come out and then and told America. I do think it's a funny idea to soft launch something on April Fool's Day to gauge the reaction and then decide whether you're doing the project or not. I cannot imagine a Jag and Izzy podcast. I mean, they're on great terms. They're buddies after the race.
The whole graphic and everything. How was I supposed to know?
I just think if anyone can get Jag out of his shell on a podcast, it's Izzy. Granted, I think when Jag did the podcast with us, Unlocked, he was really good. Him and Jazzbot were super funny. And, like, you know, I think it's really if you're just comfortable with the person, he comes out of his shell a bit more. Which is funny, because he doesn't, like, have a shell in person. It's just on podcasts. I think they should do at least one now anyway. Shit. I'm down to listen. But yeah, so today we have Survivor starting in about an hour and 20 minutes. We're thinking it's some purge of some sorts, like a blood moon, like 3 people gone perhaps. We don't know if it's going to be normal voting mechanisms, tribal, some goofiness. I don't think we're going to get any white locust bullshit today because it's not Mr. Beast. It feels like Mr. Beast make a lot more sense. The Cory and Cameron podcast. Unironically, it might be pretty good. We would disagree on everything, and I think we could talk forever. Me and Cameron. Like, I actually don't think that podcast... It'd be insufferable to listen to, for sure. Like, it'd be rage bait, if anything. But I do think it could actually do kind of well. Can I address the hot water I've been in?
It's been... I want to...
Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
It's been...
Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Before I say anything, I want you guys to tell me what drama I'm in. I'm curious if anyone knows. I heard you say it, yes.
Okay.
That doesn't... That's the exercise I'm doing right now. Okay, hamster watch, you're right. I'm in hot water. Okay, I don't even know how to address this. I guess I do. Just to lay it out for people, and America was like miming outside of the frame, like, it's been 2 posts.
Like that's
been
like
2
that's
posts.
it. Like don't make it a bigger thing.
Which, here's the thing, it's not a bigger thing. I've never had drama, it's not drama, surrounding myself that I've found less serious. It's like the most unserious thing of all time. The only reason I bring it up is because I do think there are some people genuinely clutching their pearls. I did Hamster Tank with Quinn and Morgan. Welcome, by the way. I haven't talked to you guys individually in a minute. I thought the stream was really good. Shout-outs to Quinn and Morgan. I thought we might be stepping on each other too much, and just... I thought it went really well. I'm incredibly proud of the stream. We're going to do it again. I don't know when. I got to reopen the forum. But I thought it was great. Moon launch a success. Good to hear. Okay. So, the drama, or what a small collection of people are upset about, is Hamster Tank is a play on the hamsters in the Big Brother house that people are referred to as hamsters because it's like the hamsters. And that comes from Hamster Watch, who, if you guys do not know, has been a Big Brother like commenter forever, and they have like I don't even know if I'd call it a blog. Like, they recap the days. It's a very useful resource. I've used Hamster Watch a ton just to like get a quick catch up on things, to supplement a live feed update, or just read it instead because it's much faster. Check out Hamster Watch. They're really good at what they do, and they were OGs. They've done it forever. Now, people, I think, are upset that we're stealing the term hamster, which I don't even know how to approach the levels to which I think that's silly. There's 2 angles. I think a lot of people are saying these people are not that dumb. They're all Big Brother fans. They know that Hamster Watch created the term hamster. First of all, that's not true. America didn't know that. Right? I think America might have thought Hamster Watch named him after the term hamster. Whatever. I don't think that's even common knowledge. I did know it. And I guess what I'm saying is that shouldn't matter. Because essentially what happened, just to break it down, Hamster Watch, OG, started doing this awesome Big Brother coverage. The term hamster took on a life of its own and like caught on successfully because of her impact. And then my stream was a reflection of the popularization of the term. Like, this is a good thing, I think. Like, I hope people don't think that I'm like leveraging the Hamster Watch brand to get some crazy brand deals and monetize my content and really take off. And like, the term was successfully popularized by someone who's done really good stuff for the community. Then I used the popularized term. Like, this is great. This is like grassroots. Like, it's not like CBS pumping this or Dr. Will. It was just like a community. Am I just in like bizarro world? Like, it's a reference to hamsters in a cage. It's clearly a reference to hamsters in a cage. I just don't know if she's the one who made the connection that Big Brother house guests are the hamsters. I figured she had, but, you know. Who's actually upset about this? I think no one, which is why I'm not going to spend too much time on it. But I did enjoy it. I think, like, blue sky toxicity versus Twitter toxicity is a very fun... they're very different. The blue sky toxicity is, like... And I acknowledge the conservatism that reverberates out of me as I say this. Like, that one friend who's too woke, and then Twitter's like, that one friend who's a Nazi. Now, I'd much rather be on the blue sky side, let me be clear. But, yeah. I just think it's very interesting. I can't deal with blue sky. It's just not for me. I will say I definitely can't deal with Twitter. Let me talk about blue sky first. I can't do blue sky because it just feels a little bit Mickey Mouse to me. There's no real analysis there. I think if everyone, I think blue sky is better than Twitter. If you want to use one, I recommend blue sky. I just can't get behind it because it feels super, styrofoam. So I'm not saying anything profound. I'm not giving you great reasoning. It doesn't do it for me. Twitter, on the other hand, I'm embarrassed to be one of these people now. Because when I was active on Twitter, I would see all these people being like, Twitter's so toxic, I have to get out of this. And I'd be like, wimps. Like, come on, defend your shit. But then you realize, 1 + 1 is 2. Then someone in the comment is 3. And then that comment is going to be the most upvoted because it's people outraged by that person saying 3. Like, the difference between Twitter and Reddit is so simple. The communities are different, for sure. More importantly, on Reddit, when you say Cory's fat and he should kill himself, that is going to either be removed, and if no one moderates, it's going to be at the extreme bottom of the thread because people are downvoting it, and the algorithm says downvote equals less visibility. On Twitter, people are going to respond saying, how fucking dare you, that's so mean, Cory did nothing to you, or you're right, he should die. And then it gets to the top, right? It's just a philosophical algorithmic difference between Reddit and Twitter. And that's why Twitter is the most addictive of any of these kinds of apps. I mean, TikTok's on a whole different level because short form video content.
Oh, TikTok hates to see me coming at 2 a.m.
Ashley saying try Threads. I cannot believe Ashley was trying to do Threads.
She still is, I think.
I mean, respect to her. Whatever you find joy in.
Is it a separate app or is it on Instagram?
It's a separate app now.
Oh.
But I just didn't know Threads was a thing.
It's not.
Yeah, I thought that was a LinkedIn kind of hey everyone, I'm going out for the day. I want to accomplish these 3 goals. Right, that's how I always figured Threads worked. I can choose whether I interact with the toxicity. I can't. So today I went on Twitter for a second because my algorithm's pretty good. It's very little me anymore. But there was one post that was I don't care, guys. I'm still glad they met each other. And it's a picture of me in America. I didn't even click on the comments. And I'm just are we a hot take now? Is it good? Is it a hot take to like us? I suppose a compliment, right? Suppose. I think what happened, I have a theory. And I don't even know if this theory makes any sense because I haven't been on Twitter enough to gauge my perception, which is going to stay. That's going to be how it is. I'm not getting back into Twitter. Don't worry. I think what happened is America and myself are huge super fans who are on the season. We were beloved during the season for the most part. Come off the season, we're very popular, especially on Twitter, right? And then I think over time, all the big clouded Twitter accounts, which is a weird thing, but you guys know what I mean. There's certain Big Brother accounts that just post incessantly and they always are the top, whatever. I'm not going to name them. You guys can probably figure it out. We've either blocked them all or talked shit on them all in some small capacity. I haven't gone on tirades about these people because I just don't care. But obviously they would see the clip and that, that shapes their afternoon. And I think we've alienated like the 7 loudest voices. I think that's my running theory on it. We've alienated the 7 loudest voices, which creates kind of a cascading effect, but more aptly like a cascading illusion. Like, it just seems that way. Yeah. Anyways, that's my little theory on it. I don't think Elon made Twitter. Okay, Elon made Twitter worse, 100%. Like, I think tangibly the app deteriorated drastically. There's way more bots. There's way more porn. There's way more scams. There's way more. I think the app was dreadful before. Just to be clear, like I do think it changed. I'm not saying. I think it was miserable before Elon. In terms of like the Big Brother community, I don't think functionally changed that much. Your For You page changes, of course. Does that make sense, though? He absolutely destroyed it. I mean, I just used Twitter before. Like, I have the experience. It's not that I'm wrong. It's like, if you found it just way more palatable before, more power to you. You guys are the most polarizing somehow. Trying to figure out a way of saying this that is not self-aggrandizing. Outside of Suri, because Suri I don't think people consider a Big Brother house guest, honestly. I think America and I are still the most popular house guests in terms of I post their name, I get engagement. I just think it's that simple. And part of it is because of drama. Part of it is because we have just stuck around, kind of. But I think that's just it. Like, I think we have I would say the biggest following, the most consistent following, and the most consistent presence online. Blue has a consistent presence too, but I think TikTok's kind of in its own world. Not just from BB25. I think, obviously, BB27, Ashley and Morgan, they'll get clicks. Vince will, But I think between 25 and 26. Like, just my warped, arrogant-ass perception. Felicia's awaiting her All-Stars 3 call. I just want to talk to Jesse. I want to have one conversation, because I just want to say, Jesse, I know you're thinking Angela instead of Felicia. ¿Por qué no los both?
It's the only way. It's the only way.
Why not? I just don't understand. Like, our season had Suri and Felicia. And I guess you could say that was a failure based on how the endgame played out. But, like, clearly they were 2 of the bright spots of the season in terms of entertainment. Like, I just don't get it. Like, why wouldn't it be both? And they would hate each other. Like, they would not get along.
Felicia didn't like Angela during the season. Remember, she would, like...
Felicia was team Matt Hardiman. Like, I just think it's... God, they have to do both. Hey, Kelly Ann. What's up? Tier 1, they've subscribed for 3 months. 3 months. I love seeing shorter term subs. I'm like, oh, cool. Suri was team Matt also. I assume the other Matt. I was like, there's no way Suri had a take on Matt Hardiman. Also, I have big news. If you guys hear about some drama coming out of the Survivor event in Atlanta, my mom is meeting Suri. I'm just saying, I'm not expecting it to get physical. But I did tell my mom to prepare for the possibility. So that'll be fun. Hopefully they meet. Saw the post and Blue was also fooled by the Jizzy podcast. I don't know if we're going with Jizzy. Don't know if Jizzy is what we're going with on that one. I think there's no way, but, I genuinely think if they made a podcast, like, it's a pairing I'm interested in. I guess I'll say that much. I'd be down. Anonymous, thank you for the 5 gifted. What's up?
Whose idea do you think it was for the joke?
Jizzy is what they called it. Okay, that's giving even more it's a joke. Whose idea for the joke was it?
Yeah.
Jazz?
Yeah.
kidding me? But Anonymous, I appreciate you. Let's see. Oh, Olivia got involved in the Anonymous sub. I hate that. I hate that. Olivia's one I could always bank on maybe subbing herself. But congrats, Olivia. They called it Cool Drivery. That was also a bit... I'm like, I don't think Izzy would have co-signed Cool Drivery for an actual podcast. The problem is I can't, like, shade any of the concepts here. Because, like, if it's real, now I'm a dick. Who would be your unlikely pair for a podcast? Low-key, secret, awesome podcast host would be Ashley. Me and Ashley. That'd be a crazy dynamic. Of me being so pragmatic and opposite to every perspective she has. And her, like, not listening and just saying a different point. That would be a crazy one. Me and Heisem, I think, would be interesting, just having no chemistry at all.
She's a Sagittarius too, so you'd have, like, you know.
Think I'd fall for her?
No, but I'm saying, like, you could banter.
Cory and Jerry, BB10. I don't think we'd agree on much. You guys would both get the legal stuff going. We would not talk about legal stuff on the podcast. She would interrupt you. I'd interrupt her. It'd be great. Me in the blue sky streets defending him every day and he'll never see. Save your breath. I appreciate it, though. I don't know. I like defending. Like, I'd rather go on Twitter, Reddit, or something and defend, like, LeBron than defend myself. So, you know, I get you guys might get something out of it, but I'm not. I've never looked at blue sky a single time. Us blue sky bloomfs got to stick together. Cory and June. I mean, it would be a very anti-CBS podcast, for sure. A bit of an announcement. It's a weird announcement because I haven't done anything to actualize the announcement yet. I'm going to start making TikToks. I'm going to start being active on TikTok. Because I think it's going to be incredibly easy. I think my TikTok page and my content will be very, very easy to make. And I think it'll be low effort. And I think it'll do pretty well. I'm just going to tell you my plan. It's not April Fool's. I'm not an April Fool's guy. Yeah, I think it's fine. Whatever. If I just do the Reality Alley stuff or the BB Steph stuff, with modifications, of course, but, like, I just talk about, like, it's the opposite of America's. I don't think America's trying to separate from BB. Like, America loves Big Brother. You guys know that. But, like, her content is more lifestyle and about America. Whereas I think mine would just be about these shows. And I just think it'd be me talking to a camera, doing the, like, I think it'd be so easy. If I like talking about these things, there's literally a medium built for talking about them. The next Kelly Wentworth, that's honestly the best example you could have come up with. America was talking about her before.
That's literally what I told him.
So I will say, though, like, I'm not going to engage in the comments. I'm not going to read the comments. I'm not going to moderate the comments.
You should.
I don't want to.
But that's good for the algorithm, too.
I will have someone do it. Like, I'm not doing it. I don't know how to say it. Like, I'm not subjecting myself to casuals and or haters on the website. So it's going to be just kind of me shouting into a void. I'll look at the like count and the comment count, and that'll be my, you know. So that's it. That's my little plan. How does the monetization work on TikTok? I think it's just how many views you get, how much your stuff pops off, and then they send you a check at the end. Shouting into the void. That's the goal. That's what I want it to be. So I think I'm going to do my first one tomorrow about whatever bullshit they pull on Survivor today. I think that's the plan. Would you ever create an ASMR account? No, I don't think I have the right voice for it. I think I have a kind of annoying, grating voice sometimes. I do not like that person, Jerry, just to be clear. That person feels like there's something sinister behind their love of me. Just to be honest. It feels talking about me at the expense of America. So, that's not good. Look, I love fans of me, don't get me wrong. It just feels like when you like me and then not my girlfriend of 2.5 years, that's where we get kind of... like, if I have to choose between you and you and her, it's kind of tough. You put me in a tough spot, I guess. I'm sure there will be TikToks by people decrying the speech interruption of tonight's episode. Can you believe they're going to give Trump more confessionals than Tiffany? That's a good tweet. Shit. That's a good tweet. Someone's going to steal it. Someone steal it. First one to get it wins. Poor Tiffany. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, what are you going to do? I think Tiffany's a compelling character. She certainly wasn't 46, so it's kind of just a, waste. All I'm hoping for today is for Genevieve to get booted. And I love Genevieve. I think she's one of the best presences on the show. I need this shit to end. I'm so over it. The Aubrey Genevieve. I need new storyline to develop. It has nothing to do with Genevieve. And Aubrey's my winner pick. In terms of who contributes more to the show, I think Genevieve's probably like a better character, to be honest. But I'm kind of pot committed to Aubrey. So I just need her to go so we can move on to whatever's next. Also, once Genevieve is gone, there's nobody left that I feel like is an obvious boot coming up. Maybe those boots will be established this episode, but it felt like Charlie was a walking corpse for a while. Right? It felt like Angelina was a walking corpse for a while. Mike White. I knew who was going to go home based on the edit, basically giving us one of these two people are going home 3 weeks in advance, and we know the other person's not going home because their edit's clearly building towards something. I know people love Aubrey, I just don't get it. Did you watch Corong? I mean, from this season, I understand. I feel she was better last episode. I don't understand how people thought Rizzo was going. It always felt like Charlie. I think you have to put yourself in other people's shoes, and some people just watch the show, and they think logically what makes most sense. America, I think, is finally getting a good hold on the edit, or a reasonable hold on the edit. But before, she would just watch and try to enjoy it. Whereas I think all of us are a little bit more trying to essentially ruin the show for ourselves by trying to read into what they're doing. I thought Angelina's exit was super obvious just because of Angelina's press, which I didn't go out of my way to find it. It was everywhere. Aubrey's heart hasn't seemed in it this season. I think it's once you merge, you feel like you have a chance. She's going to be linked up with her allies. Finally, she's going to hang out with Suri. Are you kidding me? Aubrey and Suri are super tight. She's going to get to meet up with the other people who gave her the idol, Christian and Emily and them. So, I think that'll resolve itself. And I love Aubrey. I think Aubrey's great. I think she should have won Corong. I think Michelle's a very deserving winner too, but I think she should have won Corong. I think she played a really impressive game in Game Changers.
Was she, so you're talking about Aubrey?
Yeah.
Was she in the final, was it 3 at that time?
Mm-hmm.
With them? Okay, because I've heard Michelle talking about how people think that she didn't deserve that one, right?
I think Michelle has done so well in her subsequent shows that there's less of that going around now.
Of course, but was it a bitter jury type deal?
I think so.
Okay.
It was just classic social player versus strategic player kind of thing.
Got it. People will always vote for the most part, who they like better.
Yeah, I think Survivor has less of that than Big Brother. Survivor, I think there are just more super fans, so there's more of a vote for the best player mentality.
It's also less time for people. Well, I don't know actually.
Well, the show's shorter, so there's less bitterness. You don't.
I would say it's less. Yeah.
I find the Aubrey hate to be odd. I don't think it's Aubrey hate that I've seen more so. I think Aubrey has been a bit of a doom and gloom presence on the show outside of last episode. So I actually get it. If you're hating, get the fuck out. But
Also, I would say it's shorter, so it has more bitterness because they have less time to think it over. If we would have done voting the day after I was evicted, I would have voted for anybody but Jag.
That makes sense. I'm just saying people hate each other less on Survivor, I think, because you have less time to hate each other. Like,
You're right.
to develop close relationships for people to betray.
Yeah.
I should have Aubrey indifference. That's the one thing you can't have in this chat is indifference. Pick a side. I think Michelle and Aubrey deserve to win. Damn, we should have done the two pole vaulters in the Olympics. We can both get golds and then they start hugging. I'm trying to think what seasons of Survivor deserved 2 winners. I think Yule and Ozzy is an obvious one. Yule and Ozzy is an obvious one. Wendell and Dom's an obvious one.
David and Goliath.
Nick and Mike White.
I think Mike should have won.
I just don't think either of them played like a game that was so excellent that had to be rewarded with a win. I think they're both valid winners. I don't think one deserved it more than the other. I just think like, no, I'll say this. I think Nick deserved it more than Mike because Mike gave up in Tribal. Like, I'm sorry. It's a big mistake to say vote for that person. Doesn't mean his whole game's invalidated. It's just like, that's a pivotal error. Parv and Sandra? Nah, I think Parv. Are you kidding me? Come on. Charlie. I think Charlie deserved it over Kenzie, to be honest. I was so frustrated reading some Survivor stuff about people like revisionist history on Charlie's game in 46. He was riding Maria's coattails. He actually didn't play that well. Kenzie played the better game. If you think Kenzie played the better game, that's fine. I do strongly disagree. I don't think it's close, really. I think Charlie had way more agency, basically controlled the back half of the game, made the pivotal move, and then jury-wise, they were basically even. You know what I mean? Like, if Charlie got 0 votes, and we're talking about a Russell Hantz situation, or even, like, you know, not even Russell Hantz, like, they just didn't understand his game, that's different. Like, Tyler. If it was a Tyler situation, people are like, I just don't know what you did. I didn't know. Kenzie survived her disaster of a tribe. I mean, they left with 3 people from that. That's not that much of a disaster tribe. 3 of the 6 surviving. I've seen worse. Also, that tribe had 3 default boots. Am I correct? Like, I think I would love to be on the purple tribe that season. I don't even think Jelinski was that bad, but you had Jelinski, Banu, and what's her name? Jessica. Good for you. Good. Nice job, America. Charlie's biggest flaw in my... Yeah, no, that probably is his biggest flaw. I just think it was, like, maybe sometimes overstated because he did get 3 votes and really should have gotten 4. And I think people just misunderstand. Like, Charlie doesn't think he was entitled to Maria's vote. He was hurt that he didn't get it. He was hurt that he didn't get it, and it didn't make sense to him. And it didn't make sense to me, and it hurt me that he didn't get it. Like, people just love thrusting opinions onto people that they don't have. Charlie's like the most even-keel level person ever. You think he thinks, like, he was owed a vote? He's a Survivor fan. He gets it. I hate when people put themselves out there, go on another season, then people try to tear down their shit that happened 2 years ago.
Also, the Survivor 50 stuff, it's so clear that production wants him to ham it up. Like, him talking about it over and over and over, it's because they're asking him during his confessionals, you know?
And Charlie plays a role in that because he's the one who made the narrative. Like, I'm sure he's the one who came up with it. But the repeating, and the same thing happened on his last season with Taylor Swift. I think they view him as not, in some ways, like, charismatic enough to, like, he needs to have a bit, is the way I feel like the editors view him, which I think is misguided. I might just be way off. Maybe Charlie just loved talking about it, but it's his own fault he was voted out last week. Yeah, I think so. I also think just, like, judging people's play on an all-returnee season that is heavily pre-gamed is just a little bit flawed. I'm a big proponent of give people credit on these kinds of seasons and don't really shit on people for these kinds of seasons. There's exceptions. I'm not going to say it out loud, but, like, certain people, I'm like, here's villains. I'm like, yeah, okay, that you went out of your way to do something really dumb. But, like, Cody in BB22, I give a ton of credit. He should be celebrated for his win. I do not think Kevin Campbell is a way worse player because of how BB22 played out. Same with Ian Terry. Same with traders. Like, Sari, give her credit. This elevates her legacy. I'm not bringing Dan down because of his traders' performance, you know? Maybe that's inconsistent. I don't think it is. Of course, Manwolf, yeah. I don't know how heavy pre-gaming was, but that would explain why Savannah went so early. I mean, Savannah was dead in the water, but, like, the pre-gaming's heavy. It's heavy every time. Especially this season where, like, everyone knew who the pool of people were. There's probably pre-game alliances with, like, Carolyn in them. And, like, Jesse and, like, all these people who got cut, you know? Like, there's probably a whole different Survivor 50 game that could have happened. I just get very frustrated. I get very defensive over these people because I know I would be frustrated if it happened to me. Rizzo's getting traction, but apparently, like, Rizzo was pre-gaming, which is fine. I'm chill with it. That was the other. Oh God, I'm so mad on Charlie's behalf. I thought it was so annoying that people were like, "Oh my God, Charlie complaining about pre-gaming." He didn't do that. No one can listen or read. It's so annoying. He's like, "Yeah, so one thing you guys didn't know about, D and Rizzo were connected pre-game." And I think that kind of informs why D was siding with Rizzo over me. Maybe it was other things, but I think that definitely played a role, and I just didn't know about that. So I think it would have changed how I played. And everyone's like, what a fucking bitter loser. Like, what a sore loser. That's crazy. People are just so dense, and they want to hate so bad. And it is a Twitter thing. I promise it's a Twitter thing. You just go on other platforms, and it's not happening. On TikTok, it's like, okay, people are in the clouds. Like, they just don't even, you know. Same thing with Instagram. Reddit is more just, like, reasonable on that stuff, but they're also, like, fuck women sometimes, you know? Like, it's that app, and it's just because, like, the people on that app got popular on that app by espousing these kinds of opinions. And that is what does well. Like, the algorithm is built towards saying terrible shit. It's not even, like, abhorrently evil all the time. Just, like, being annoying is what propels you on that website. And I think that's pre-Elon and post-Elon. Elon added a whole different dimension of, like, the verified shit and the porn and the Nazi and the... yeah, it's gotten worse. They're playing the hits. It's the same reason why all I've seen on all my NBA shit is like Luka Doncic doesn't play defense or Luka's the clear MVP. When the obvious answer is like, yeah, right now he's probably the best player in the world. And he's probably like deserves third place in the MVP race because he wasn't this good for the first half of the season. He was great for the first 20 games, bad for the next 40. By his standards, he was excellent, obviously, but like, by his standards, wasn't good for the middle half of the season, and then was really great for the past month. But that doesn't... No one wants to listen to that. It's boring. That didn't start at Hey Bub. That was just another note. Like, it's been going on forever. What did Rob and Rachel talk about? I don't know what you're referring to. Victor's probably MVP. I think it's Shea. I think people rightfully say that OKC is stacked, which I think does not help his case. But I think OKC's offense really isn't stacked at all, and Shea is carrying that weight, and they've been plagued by injuries. Like, I don't think Shea is like KD and Steph on the 2017 Warriors. Like, this team without Shea is not that good. They're a playoff team, probably. They're probably like a 7 seed, 6 seed. Without Shea, their offense craters. I think head-to-head, Luka could get him any night. It's just, you know. A few people felt Rob was being a bit dismissive to the whole women being under-edited issue and felt he was talking over Rachel at times. I mean, look, if you're talking about women being under-edited, I think probably interrupting a woman on a podcast about that topic is probably a bad idea. I haven't watched it. I don't think Rob's a misogynist, obviously. um, I think the men getting bigger edits than women is just a thing. I also have a theory on that is not that sexist. I think men are more obnoxious. Has anyone had this take? This is a great take. I think a lot of times producers give men bigger edits, not because they're men necessarily, it's trickle down, but because men are obnoxious and loud and annoying more often than women. And I think that's what works on TV sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, just think about all the male characters who just got so much screen time over women on their season who had a bigger role. Tony is a weird one because he was so central to everything that season. Rick Devens is someone who, like, obviously got a wild disproportionate edit. Not even he was, again, in the center of everything. But he still got a crazy edit for his role. But it's because he's such a ham and is so loud and he is obnoxious. And I love Rick. I enjoy him on the show. I don't even know if it's men care less about perception. I don't think that's true. I think it's more men have a warped sense of self. This is very pick me. This is me on the train reading my feminism book. But I think, like, there's just a lack of self-awareness from men more than women that they think they're coming off better than they are. Like, this season, I think, like, Rizzo getting the edit over D is relatively circumstantial. It's kind of Charlie who determined that. But, I mean, there's too much data for this to not be a clear problem. I think it's just, like, sometimes you can explain it, sometimes you can't, but when you look at the broad pattern, it's obvious there's something wrong. I think Rob was saying they had time to even out. So this is where it gets a little complicated because, like, there's some people who are complaining about this who know the result of the season. Like Angelina, right? So maybe Angelina foresees this not fixing itself. You know what I mean? I agree, but there's an underlying theme of Rizzo's edit trying to... I mean, what are we going to do if the final six are, like, Coach, Colby, Rizzo, Christian, Devens, and Suri? like that might just be what we're heading towards. Like, there's been a lot more women than men voted out, right? Did you get spoiled on the season? Of course not. Any spoilers in this chat, you'll be banned, nuked, and... I could think of a lot more negative words. Do I think Zach would have been like Rizzo? I think Zach's personality would... The thing is, Zach's not as aggressively Gen Z. I think that's the difference between them. I think they would have a similar, like, demeanor. I think Zach would be a lot more sarcastic. But I think Rizzo's a little bit more extra and Gen Z than Zach. But I think there's something there. Like, they'd fill a similar role. Zach would be like, fair play, yes. 4 men and 3 women out of the game? I guess so, yeah. The Kyle thing kind of throws me off. I'm just thinking it started pretty aggressively women, right? Who was the first boot? Yeah, it was Jenna and then Savannah. So it kind of started off rough. But I guess it's normalized a bit. Also, can I ask a no judgment question? Is Millennial versus Gen X not a liked season anymore? I loved that season. I feel like I see people talking about it negatively now because of the boot order. And yeah, like, doesn't look good. But is Millennials Gen X, like, I thought people loved it. Yeah, okay, alright. Maybe I'm just in a bubble. Because I think America and I are going to watch Millennials Gen X eventually. For sure. I think it's top 20. I think it's probably top 15. Like, of the new era seasons, which... Forget about new era, you know what I mean? Like, the post-hero... I would say, like, it feels like we jumped the shark a little bit in 31. I think 31 to, like, 39 is probably its own era. Or let's say 31 to 40. 33, I think, is, like, the second best season. I only think David vs. Goliath's better. Winners at War, I never know what to do with. Because Winners at War is such high highs and, like... it's so good sometimes, but the show kind of just sucks. Like the edits. It's the only time I've really watched an edit of Survivor, and I'm like, I don't think they accomplished their job. Like, I don't think they got us from point A to point B in the episode. I love David Wright. Who doesn't love David Wright? America's going to love David Wright. I wouldn't mind a rewatching the Patreon for a more modern season. I mean, we did David versus Goliath, obviously, which I'm sure you watched. But we're going to do All-Stars and then Token Teams, then Heroes Villains. Then I think we'll go more modern and we'll loop back to China. I just don't want to get bogged down seeing the same people over and over again, you know? As far as confessionals go, Christian and Ozzy are the main ones making between all the men left, and 98 with all the women. But if you cut Christian and Ozzy, I hear you. You just can't really cut Christian and Ozzy. Like you're saying, like this is the main part of the statistic, and then you remove them, and the statistics look different. Like, I think the point is like whoever is that alpha dog top character of every season, it's always a guy. When you look at these crazy numbers, it's always Tony or Russell or Boston Rob or like. What season did a woman dominate confessionals? Is it like Carolyn? Marianne had a pretty good edit, but like it wasn't that. Kim, 100% Kim. Yeah, Kim's fair. And that's earned. Like, let's be real. Redemption Island had to be a Boston Rob season. Like, I don't think that's even a problem. But, yeah, I think it's a pretty short list. I wish you would watch the reunions. I hear you. It's just, these editing segments are pretty long. Adam suggested Millennials versus Gen Z. I don't know why they wouldn't do it, right? Like, no, that would work for me. If they want to do 3 tribes, you could still do Gen X, Millennials, Gen Z. Rachel said she had the most confessionals of a woman ever, and she still had less than Sam. I mean, that's definitely a 90-minute episode's product, but I kind of love Sam in confessional. Hey, what are you going to do? No, Courtney and China had, like, not a lot of confessionals. It's just everyone hit. Courtney's a funny one. Like, she did not have much. She popped off in her confessionals. Trying to think if there's anyone else who really stands out to me. Like, even in Micronesia, it didn't feel like any one woman got a crazy edit. Like, I was kind of surprised how small Parvati's edit was. Yeah, Courtney was crazy in that season. No, Survivor China is a great season. It's an excellent season. It's just we've already seen James and Amanda for Heroes Villains, and it's just Courtney, and I just don't think that's the most relevant thing in terms of getting her prepped for Heroes Villains. Eric gets a lot more content than I remember, yeah. Kim, Sarah, and Savannah. I mean, Sarah is a no-brainer. Like, she had to have the most confessionals. I didn't watch 49, but from what I heard, Savannah makes sense there. I'm kind of surprised she beat out Rizga just based on the edit he's gotten this season. It feels like if he was there till Final Four, you'd think they would have given him more. Yeah, it is so weird. Does anyone have the tea on that? Why Krista was disliked? I'm just curious. I tried joining Ken Huang's stream. Shout out to Ken Huang. Favorite game to play on PC? Damn, I don't play shit right now, I'll be honest. I'm playing Rocket League right now. But Super Smash Bros. Melee for the Nintendo GameCube. I posted a link on your Patreon for what? Is it for the Krista stuff? No way you have Krista lore. Got the true ending of Lies of P. I did. Good fight. Not that hard. Looking forward to Super Mario Galaxy. Me too. I've heard there's some wild twists and implications for the greater universe. Should be cool. Let's look at the Big Brother Reddits quickly. See if there's anything worth chatting about. Categorizing some jurors' votes. I take a lot of issue with saying Suri and Felicia's votes are valid. I think Felicia's vote is valid. Suri voted for who she thought was the worst player, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just like, why are we in this category and she's in this category? She thought Jag was better than Matt and voted for Matt. At least we, I wouldn't say deluded ourselves, but like thought Jag was the better player and voted for Jag. Like, I think America still thinks Jag was a better player. So like, this pissed me off.
I'm a little biased though.
Yeah. America might be biased, perhaps. So, yeah, I thought that was weird. Returning players. Do we think Vincent Morgan will be returning? I think when there's returning players, and if Morgan is selected, you all will know. I don't know how. I just don't know how good she'd be at hiding it. Just to be honest. I just think maybe it'll just be hinting on lives, or she immediately starts following like Ovi for some reason, and we're like, why is she following Ovi? So yeah, that's just my theory on that. Where are we going next? Shout outs to players with missed potential. So they shouted out Jesse. I think Jesse has potential for sure. I just think his BB11 game is overrated often. Lori from BB5, I'll take your word for it. David from BB4, I'll take your word for it. Clay and Shelly from BB17. Oh my god. Y'all are finding new ways to piss me off. Can we stop saying Clay was a great player? He was not a great player. Clay was not a good player. He gave up week 4 or 5 or whatever it was. Oh, but he had the whole house laid out. And yeah, he could have made use of that house if he didn't quit week 4 for someone he met 3 weeks ago. Like, what are we doing? This is such a popular opinion. It was week 7. BB17 was a very long season with the Battle of the Block. I don't care if it was week 7 or week 12. Like, if it was like a Tyler situation where he gets to week 12 and he's out of gas and he could have won, but he just lost a little bit of juice and then doesn't, maybe we could have a conversation. It was so early. We're in the pre-jury. Like, I think people overrate positioning so much. Clay is Riley, but not creepy.
Oh, sorry.
You know? It's okay. Klay Thompson, I'm not a big Klay Thompson guy either, but that's a different thing. That's funny. It's just so, he's just one of those house guests that people got in their heads that he's super underrated, and they just run with it. Shelly, I think Shelly's probably like less natural skills for the game than Clay, I guess, but I respect Shelly as a player a lot more. Rachel from BB20, I think Rachel Swindler was a totally fine player. Cedric, I don't think Cedric's underrated. I think Cedric is properly rated at this point, where it's like, yeah, he's got all the skills to succeed. He also volunteered for the block week 4 and was evicted. So, Brooklyn, I don't think is underrated either. I think people think she's good, and I think that's fair. What else do we got? Brian, BB10 Brian's underrated, I guess. I think underrated is just the wrong word. They're saying wasted potential, right? They're saying wasted potential. You know what? I'm sorry. I don't know if there's that much of a reason for me to say that I hate this post. Because Clay, you could say, is wasted potential. But the fact that he quit the game, like, he wasted his own potential. It's not like the potential was passively wasted. Does that make any sense? I feel like that didn't make sense. Jesse got robbed in BB11. He did. I don't think he would have won, but he did get screwed. Amira. How good was Amira in real time? When I know, like, there's all the mean Taylor stuff, but was it like she's actually good?
I remember she wasn't good, but she was playing the game. She was snaky.
Clearly better than Daniel and Nicole.
So, like, she was willing to do things, you know? Is how I remember it. Maybe she did have every single dynamic mapped out. I don't remember that.
She was actually playing, right?
Compared to, she was playing with, like, Jasmine and Alyssa and, like, other people that were more passive, so.
Yeah. Yeah. This is crazy. Jace from BB17 said myself. I thought that's funny. Shoutouts to Jace being on the Reddit every now and then. You guys have no idea how different the game would have been if James didn't win the first HOH. I love this. That's funny. That's cute. I like it. Shoutouts to Jace. I feel like Kyle is exhibit A of this. Yeah, I mean, if you talk about wasted potential in the sense of, like, he could have been so good. If not. BB27 Catherine, guys, y'all watched the same season I did. She was on the wall. She could hang on for another 5 seconds. Vince was like, we could both be safe. And she's like, I'm not taking the deal. Belly flops off. Who knows if Vince even honors the deal? Let's be real. Like, I have a feeling Vince could have gotten convinced not to. Could have gotten strong-armed into not doing it, but I don't know. BB19 Jessica is also a crazy opinion. Like, she was terrible. She was so bad at the game. Catherine is a mother. Let's not do too much. Kat is an underrated confessionalist. We know we're talking about Catherine from 27, right? She was okay in confessional. I didn't find her bad. It was just in the game she was really doing nothing. Like, she was really passive, and I don't believe it was Riley silencing her at every turn. Because first of all, like, you're playing a game. Go play the game. Like, I guarantee if I was trying to silence America, like, America would go play the game. But she did play well that one day. I did a live feed update. She had one day where she was, like, advocating for the veto to not be used. They ended up getting Riley backdoored, but then Riley just won out in the end. Yeah, we're talking about BB17 Chase. That wasn't clear. No, Jessica Milagros, like, okay, I understand she was so lost for all of BB21. Like, she genuinely had no idea what was going on, was so inconsequential to the season. But it's the fact that she was that, wins this HOH out of nowhere, and then wins the veto, putting up Jackson and Jack. Like, that, I think, deserves its flowers because it's so funny. Would she be the best choice for a return? I think she'd actually be pretty good now because she knows the game, whereas I think she was a total recruit before. But, like, just based on what we saw, like, I wouldn't say we should bring her back. It's only, like, me knowing her outside the house where I'm like, oh, yeah, of course, that'd be sick. But that was an awesome week. And it was also, they were just so hateable, Jackson and Jack. Like, Jessica Milagros was a bottom 5 player on her season. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Like, I was really locked into that season. She was just so... She was in the clouds for a lot of it. Can we talk about Trump now? No. I do... there's a small part of me that thinks he's doing an April Fool's joke. Because I think he's the only president who would do it. Who would, like, just think, this is the stupidest thing I could ever do. He's not going to do a draft. I think he cares too much about being elected for a third term for that. I think the most likely outcome is he's announcing boots on the ground in Iran. That's my guess. That's, if I had to, theorize something. Maybe it's something election related, but there's no reason for him to float election changes now before the midterms. Like, all he cares about, I think, is his own power. I think what's going to happen is I think Trump is going to try to push one of his family members to be the next nominee, and that's going to be his way of trying to, like, not be imprisoned for the Epstein files. I don't think he's going to try to run a third term. I think he's going to force Donald Jr. or Ivanka or someone. And I say force. I mean, like, force them into office, not force them to run. I'm sure they're down. Why am I talking about Trump? I said I wasn't going to talk about it. Notable competitors. Undisputed GOAT. I think Michael's the best. Hall of Fame. I think Danny's a bit overrated here. She won 5 or so vetoes in her first season, which I think is really what gets her here. But I would put Danny more in this tier because she did come back twice. And, like, she was pretty good in BB13. She wasn't that good in BB22. Like, she was solid every time. But I don't think she belongs in this tier. Frankie's probably pretty underrated. I think these all make sense. Rachel is just a weird kind of comp beast. I get not moving Heisem up just because he's Heisem and, like, he just wasn't there long enough to prove it, but I do think he's the best. What's up, Alex? How you doing, big guy? This all looks fine to me. I think Kylan and Xavier are the exact same, so I'd move him up. Lauren is not a comp beast. She was totally solid, though. Brendan has to go up. Paulie has to go up. Cameron probably has to go. Cameron had so many opportunities to play competitions, though, where I think it might not be like, Cameron did win a lot, but he played so many things that, like, it's a little bit less impressive to me. I don't think Keanu should be a tier below these people. There's a lot of minor changes. Angela's not highly skilled. I think for how inequitable comps are, she's an excellent competitor. I just think, like, you have to keep in mind that comps are inequitable. So, like, there's only a certain amount of comps she can win. Who else do we have? Jared is fine here, I guess. Vince feels a little bit low. Vince is pretty good. Brett did not earn this spot. Brett didn't do shit. Memphis might have to move up. James Ryan should probably move up too, right? You should be top comp beast. I don't know. The resume doesn't exactly line up. Leah, this just seems like an arbitrary tier. Like, why are these people even ranked? Yeah, I think this list is bad. I agree with a lot of it, but I also disagree with a lot of it. So yeah. What's Rachel's best game? 27. It's 27, 13, then 12. I think her 13 game is actually a little underrated. Like, it is what it is. We all know what happened. I just think, like, because of how unfair the end game was, she loses a lot of credit for stuff she did earlier in the game. But, you know, I think 27 was her best game. And 27, like, you know, I think she benefited from the White Locust. Like, I think she probably is targeted very soon. But we don't know that, right? So you can never say it. But I think it's 27. Will there ever be another winner with 0 comp wins? I don't think so. Ever? If they go to season 100, yes. I just think with the Blockbuster especially, there's too many comps with too few people in them. You're just gonna get one. Even Ashley, like, winning 2 comps is not close to winning 0. You know, like, two comps is, you know, that's something. It's winning 0 versus 2 is a whole different thing. Like, if she loses either of the comps she won, she's evicted. And that's what happens to most people who only win 2 comps and win the game. So, if Big Brother did a Survivor in the hands of the fans, what would the questions look like? I don't really care. Slot PB&J sounds like a good one. 7 or 9 person jury seems like a good one. Is Jag on the list? He's okay at comps? I believe he's on the list. I believe he might have made it. Should there be a veto at Final Four? As if they would let us do that. In week 4, I don't know. Shout outs to Mickey. I think this was an anniversary post of some sort. Old era versus new era. What's the main difference? The game. Yeah, the drinking is legitimately the biggest difference. Whoa, why did it become dark all of a sudden? What happened? It was her birthday? Gotcha. Drinking is the main difference, I think. Like, that's why there was more drama. That's why there was more fights. That's the biggest difference by a large margin.
No, because I see it all the time everywhere. People are like, oh my god, I miss old school. Oh my god. Like, people back then were unafraid to, like, speak their mind. Like, back then we didn't have influencers who were censored and worried about public perception. It's like, no. We've talked to these old school people. They were drunk every single day.
Yeah.
They would get unlimited alcohol, y'all. Like, they would black out in the house, which is, like, insane. I'm like, how, what? And it was, like, every day they were getting, like, drunk. So, anyway.
They just can't do it anymore because of social media. It won't work. Like, I don't think they should give them... They can't give them more alcohol. You can if it's an edited show. You cannot do live feeds with that much alcohol. It's just not sustainable, unfortunately. People say they want old school BB. It's like, they don't. Put me in old school BB. Alex with the tequila, he wouldn't show up to HOH. He would miss the HOH comp. He'd be hungover. We were in Vegas celebrating his birthday, and it was like, they had a whole, like, a fancy table and, like, a PowerPoint presentation, it was a happy birthday was playing, and his face was up there, and he was, like, hungover at the hotel. He did make it out, though. Shout-outs to, Steve Aoki? Was it Steve Aoki night? I don't remember. I drank too much tequila that weekend. I actually never want to hang out with Alex again, because all he does is bring tequila. I'm not a tequila guy. I could drink tequila as a mixer, or like you mixed in some, shots of tequila, it's a bit much for me. I can't do it. Why I have so much respect for Keanu. This post was funny. It was just like a casual talking about how much they loved Keanu and him being an underdog, and I was like, that's cute. I will say, like, on the feeds, I did not find Keanu morally reprehensible. Maybe that's me being a man. I think you can definitely criticize pieces of his personality. Like, sure, I'm not going to do it. It's all been said before. I've said some of it on updates and stuff. It's just like, I don't think he's on the same level as a lot of people he's placed in the same bucket with. If that makes sense. Right? Like, I don't think he's a Cam. I don't think he's a Frank Udy, or I don't think he's that. This person didn't see feeds, of course. Definitely not. Ranking 2-time winner attempts on Big Brother. Disgusting tier list. It's a disgusting tier list because it's such an easy tier list to make. You swap Rachel and Will. That's it. I'm sorry. Like, Rachel played awesome, but like Dr. Will's BB7 game and Rachel's BB27 game are not comparable things. They're just not close. And it has nothing to do with Rachel. Like, Will BB7 is one of the better losing games ever. It's not like the top. It's a top 3, but it's probably top 5. So, I just think this is just a bad take. You just swap those two. And then, like, Nicole and Jordan are honestly pretty close. Like, I would give Nicole more credit than Jordan just because I think Nicole's play style is way more intentional and active, and she was less advantaged by a lot of things that Jordan was advantaged by. But I put Cory W in S tier. I have to win first and then play again. Seems ambitious. Put both of them up there. Who cares? No. There's a meaningful distinction between Dr. Will BB7, Dan BB14, and Rachel BB27. Don't put me in a position where I got to talk down Rachel's game, but, like, we can be real. There's just levels to it, you know? Yeah, Evil Dick was dominating BB13 before he left day 4. I think Alex is failing to understand the purpose of the tier list. That's okay. He's throwing back shots right now. Julie Chen out, Taylor Hale in. Low effort. Boo. Please recommend a season for someone who's already seen the most recommended ones. So you've seen 4 through 14, 17, 19, and 22. Why'd you watch 19? Watch 20. This is the easiest BB20 of my life. I also think you should watch BB16. Yeah, 20 and 18 are the ones that jump out to me. 24, I think, is worth watching. I think 26 and the episodes is certainly worth watching. But I think BB16 on the episodes, you should watch that. BB16, I think, is, a lot of fun characters. It's a good cast. Cory would have gotten Rachel evicted on Jimmy's HOH week 2. No, I wouldn't. I would not have targeted returning players day 1 because doing it is stupid. I'm sorry, targeting returning players early, especially if there's only one of them, is a terrible move objectively. And everyone who says you're so stupid for not doing it is so stupid because they don't understand that the house will not coalesce behind you. They just won't. I think Rachel was in more danger early than other returnees like Rachel because the cast was so recruit heavy and she hadn't played recently. But yeah, you shouldn't do it. Hey, that's my advice to anyone. I gave that advice to Zay. If there's a returnee, they always make it to the end, so you have to be cautious, but, All right, you are one message away from being cut off, Alex. You're pushing it. What player do you guys think should host? Outside of Taylor, I feel like Taylor is just the easy answer everyone says. Is there anyone else who jumps out? I don't think anyone from BB27. From BB26, I don't see anyone obvious. I think Quinn has too much personality for the gig. 25.
You don't think it'd be is it New Era only?
Yeah, it could be anyone.
So Dr. Will could totally, if he wanted to, I think he would be a really good
host.
So
I think Dr. Will be a good host. I think he might have too much charisma and personality.
Well, no, you don't have to think about it. Whoever eventually does replace Julie, they can make it their own thing. It does not have to be the same show,
Really, what I'm looking for is an Arissa Cox. Where it's she's the host, she's not taking over the show, but her presence adds to the show, And I think Dr. Will would make it a little bit of the Dr. Will show, which I think is my concern there. Kat Dunn. I don't know about Kat Dunn. I mean, I think Kat's an excellent speaker. I think Kat would be too opinionated for the role. She would hate some of the house guests. That won't work. Jerry O'Connell. I mean, Jerry'd be fine. Big D. That's a good take. There's just no one who jumps out to me as super obvious. Anyone from season 20? No, Tyler just doesn't have that. 21. I don't know about Rachel. Brittany Haynes. No, because she's too much of a character. Matt Hardiman. Davon, maybe? I mean,
Davon, I see it.
Davon is, again, she might steal the show a bit too much, but I think she would do it in, an energetic manner, whereas Dr. Will's, sarcasm might suck some of the energy out of the show. I think Davon's probably a better pick. Jeff would probably be pretty good at the role. He would just be like Jesse from The Bachelor. He'd be fine. I think Davon's my favorite answer I've gotten so far. Jason Palmer. Davon said she was done with reality TV. She said that a couple times and has always come back. And more importantly, she would not say no to hosting Big Brother. I think that is an exception. I'm done with reality TV. I'm never going back. But if I'm asked to, replace Jeff Probst, maybe I'll do it. Tucker would be, I think, the worst option. There's worse options. Luke exists, right? But, like, Tucker, I don't think, is built for that role. I think he's meant to be a house guest. Davon is calmer in her older age. Yeah, but that doesn't make her a less talented speaker or a less charismatic person, you know? Give Arissa Cox a job again. That's an easy fix. Just have Arissa Cox do it. The thing is, I think Julie's gotten better at her job, to be honest. I think the God stuff is... I do think it's a problem. I think it's weird on the show. She wants to do God 101 with the house guest. I think that's fine. Like, we're at our liberty to say no, right? I'm not forced into it. I think when it seeps onto the show, it can get weird. Weren't you on God 101? Yeah. If they wanted me back, I would do it. I think it's interesting to talk about religion. You guys know I love talking about it. But I'm saying, like, I don't judge her for doing it on her own time. I just think when it seeps into the show, it is weird to me. I didn't see it much with 27. I felt it more with 26. Casuals in America would have no idea who Arissa Cox is, but that's fine. She's the host. You would get to know her. You know? Like, Big Brother is not a show that brings in viewers because of its host. Xavier? I don't know. I don't know about Xavier. He'd be good. I mean, he's a charismatic guy. It's just, I don't know. Heisem, bad take. Heisem belongs in the diary room. I think it's an April Fool's joke. No, I understand. We're just talking through it. The thing is, like, Julie will never give up this job because why should she? There's no reason for her to stop doing it. It's not like Jeff where it, like, has a real wear and tear on your body and the work ethic. And, like, Julie shows up 12 weeks out of the year and reads lines for an hour. She probably has, like, 3-4 hours of prep before. It's, like, 12 shifts a year. I don't know why their room got darker. Maybe I turned these lights off. And that should... Whoa, it's even... I'm like... Whoa, okay, hi. Okay, we're back to good, I think. Taylor or Derek feel like the most realistic option. I mean, look, Taylor is the runaway, like, betting favorite to replace Julie if they ever need a replacement, if they ever decide to go to house guests for it. That's just, I mean, objective, but... That's why I kind of preface it with if it's not Taylor, because duh. Okay, let's do Survivor episode predictions. We have 10 minutes before I'll pull up my Google Slides. I'm going to pick 3 boots for today, thinking that potentially there's 3 boots. Maybe there'll be 2. I would be shocked if there was just 1. You guys were spoiled. No, this is my predictions. Okay, so I'm just going to go through my rankings, and I'll say if someone I think is safe or not safe. Do you know the voting group splits? No. OMG, spoilers. There's no spoilers. Shut up. It's a fake merger, 3 boots, my prediction. I think that is conceivable. Why is my Google Slides acting like it's loading? This is so odd. Is it just a Mike White picture that sucks? Okay, we're here. Mike White, not an option. Q, not an option. Jenna Lewis, not an option. Camilla. I mean, there's no reason to think Camilla's in trouble. But she could get swap screwed easy. I'm going to hold on to Camilla. I'm not certain yet. Genevieve, I think, is cooked. She's one I'm putting on the list. She's the only person left that I think has a death sentence. She's the only one. Chrissy, again, we'll see. Joe, I think Joe survives. I think it's just kind of... There's enough people who I think he would be okay with, that I think he survives. Granted, actually, Joe's in danger. I just think they would have showed more Joe with Coach and Colby. I think they would have given us a little bit more Joe content if Joe goes here. D could get swap screwed. I don't think so. Ozzy, he's fine. Colby should be fine. Emily should be fine. Kyle, Charlie. All right, Stephanie's gonna be fine. Devin's gonna be. I think everyone here is fine. Yeah, I think all these people are gonna be fine. So I think Genevieve, I'm locking in. I'll lock in Genevieve, Camilla, and then I'm between D and Joe. I think it doesn't make sense to go Joe and Camilla because they might have something to do with each other's demise. So picking both is kind of hedging, but I want to get it perfect. I'll go Genevieve, Camilla, and I'll go D. I think D's an easy person to vote out at this stage of the game. She has a lot of allies. Like, I think Emily would probably be down to work with her. Not to mention her, like, little Suri Camilla coalition and, like, Rizzo. But I'm going to go with D. Chrissy's another great option, but I'll hold Chrissy for now. So we're going Genevieve, Camilla, D. 3 women, which would play into the discourse happening right now. My one surprise is Rizzo goes tonight. That'd be crazy after how much they built him up. It's like, for what? If Rizzo goes tonight, I'm pissed they didn't give that screen time to D last episode. Or Camilla. How embarrassing would it be to lose to D again? I hear you, but I don't think that's a reason to target her at the final 17 or whatever we're at. 18. I hope it's Coach Joe and Jonathan in the final 3. Seems likely. I don't want Camilla to go. I've been loving Camilla on the season. I think I would have really liked her on 48 if I watched. But yeah, she's been good. Snack break. I'm going to get a drink. And you guys should do the same. Do you want to?
No, thank you. I'm cooking.
Smells good.
Does it? I'm soaking.
By the way, they can't hear you, by the way.
Oh, they can.
Yeah. Oh, what were you gonna say? Was it about to be bad?
No, I'm soaking tempeh. Oh well. Fermented stuff. Do you want a glass?
No, it's a mixer. He's gonna pour straight in the can.
Or you?
No, I'm gonna do it. My classic.
It starts soon.
6 minutes.
I'll switch it.
This is we're cheersing to not getting drafted. No conscription. That's the word, right? Conscription?
For what?
Like drafting.
I don't know. Is that the term?
Help me out. Civics nerds. I started Ted the sitcom this week. I heard it's good. I really like the Ted movies. I think America would like them more than she'd expect. It's a little bit boy humor, but not all boy humor.
I've seen the first one and I was bored. Wait, I saw the second one. The second one's with Amanda Seyfried.
Yeah.
And I didn't care for it.
First one's better than the second one.
They left no impression on me.
I don't believe that she actually watched the movie.
We watched it in New York, remember? It's on the TV.
Okay, so I'm confirmed she didn't watch it.
Hotel TV.
Like, America, like, has sat through a lot of movies. She hasn't watched many movies. Is that fair?
Wow.
She said, wow. I think that's agreeing. Ted was laugh out loud funny. Okay, relax. Take it easy. I don't know if it's like Lim Fao funny. She's been in proximity to a movie being played. That's a good way of saying it. Has she seen The Big Lebowski? I don't know. I love The Big Lebowski.
I've sat through that one. That's the bowling one, right?
Big Lebowski, I believe that's Sports Agent.
It's the dude.
Oh no, what am I thinking of? I'm thinking of
Powerball.
No, don't tell me. Jerry
Maguire.
Jerry Maguire. That's a crazy mix-up.
Have you seen that one?
I've never seen Big Lebowski. I have seen Jerry Maguire.
Oh my god, that's with Renee Zellweger.
I love Jerry Maguire.
You do?
Good
It's a
movie.
rom-com. Little rom-drom.
That's a good movie.
You had me at hello.
Crazy mix-up. I don't know how I mixed them up, but yeah, no, Big Lebowski. Show me the money, Lebowski. I guess I know it culturally enough to quote it. I'm excited. Survivor Blood Moon. Where'd the Blood Moon come from? Who announced it? Jeff, like in an interview, he was just like, "You wait till you guys see the Blood Moon next week or something." Like, did he provide any more context on it? America and I disagreed. Do you guys think they're going to do a White Locust of sorts? Which, my definition of it is someone being eliminated from the game without a vote. Because if they do a safety chain of sorts, like, okay, right? But I'm just saying, like, something that is not inherently strategic and survivory. You don't think they will? Okay. I'm just worried about Mr. Beast. I'm very worried about Mr. Beast. The Mr. Beast thing is like, could they do a you can leave and take $100,000 thing? Which, like, that would be fine because it would just basically be a quit and, like, I wouldn't feel bad for anybody. You know, I'd be like, okay, they quit. It's kind of lame, but what are you going to do?
Jeff wouldn't want that.
If Mr. Beast offered... Okay, if I went on BB All-Stars 3 and Mr. Beast came in and offered $100,000, if I was in a great position, I wouldn't take it. If I was in anything other than a great position, fuck you. Yeah. 100? Yeah. I don't think I would have done it the first time. The second time, hell yeah. Are you kidding me? What a joke. Why are you even asking me the question? Just put it into my account. Do you know how expensive Boston rent is? Come on. That's a joke. Maybe that makes me a bad fan. I don't know what Quinn would say. I think Quinn would take the 100K too. He might think he wouldn't now, but I think he would eventually. Congrats on the new lease. Thank you. They only raised our rent $50. And our rent should default drop by $300 when we stop using the heaters. Did America get her burger yet? Did you want a burger, America? I don't know what you're talking about then. Would you take 100K in week 1 of BB? Yeah.
I got my Wurtenberger.
Hope you guys didn't hear that. Quinn looking to move to LA. I think he's talked about it. I don't know where he's at these days with it. Said in her Patreon during the Pearl Island Burger Bar. Oh, you're behind. I got you. Yeah, we did get a burger. She got Burger King one day. The ad got her. She watched a Burger King ad and was like, fuck, I want a Whopper. And she got a Whopper. And it was awesome. I got something.
That's the first time, like, an ad has consciously, like, got me.
It's not true.
Yes, it is.
There had to be other times.
I'm saying consciously.
Like TikTok shop stuff doesn't get you?
No.
Okay.
But there's the time where I'm like, oh, wait. Like, I'm watching this ad and now I want this. Other times I'm sure it's happened.
All right, we started. Let's do it. Okay, weird cold open. I wonder why Devon's being the one to get credit is so important. I assume Devon's and Aubrey are gonna be together. And the shot in the dark stuff is still relevant? That's interesting. Okay, now they're just recapping. I wonder why the shot in the dark stuff is relevant. I love Charlie. Will Ozzy and Christian get separated before he can return it? Well, presumably they're going to be on the same beach for a while, right? And they have the whole night to return it. Like, that would just be Ozzy not giving it back. Which I think is allowed. Should be allowed. One Rizzo confessional, 0 D or Camilla confessionals. Hey, it's Riz God. All right, so D and Jonathan. That is amazing. I think it's a good way of doing it is like showing you are hurt and you still want to work with them. I think if you're just too jumpy about it, it can come off like, okay, this guy's just schemy. I like the idea of merging and unmerging just so we get some of these people interacting. Like, it guarantees we get all these people together. No matter what happens from now on, I feel like D didn't embarrass herself on this return. I don't think there's anything D could have done to embarrass herself, unless it was like a JT or Sandra on, like some of the real disasters. If she just got voted out first, that doesn't matter to me. I really do feel like all you can do is fix your legacy on future seasons, unless you're like Jeff Varner. I like the fake merges. I don't like them in general, to be clear. I just like them on this season with this context of, like, I want Coach to interact with Riz God. I want, like, all the weird pairings to happen. Sharon Tharp's watching Survivor on Twitch. That's fun. Hopefully she stays live after so I could rate her. She really is a good interviewer. There's so many, like, TikTok interviewers and stuff, and it's just, like, it's good to see someone who, like, yeah, people do their thing on TikTok. There's nothing wrong with it. Just, like, someone who I think has a level of professionalism, and even at the end of the day, it's, like, her podcast. It still, like, feels a little bit more like press instead of, TikTok, frankly. Ooh, Suri entered your winning circle, Benner. Wait, this is weird. Do they not have tree mail anymore? Why are they getting this mail this way?
Well, there's a price too, so. What?
I mean, there's a catch. This is not going to be a murder. They're going to separate. Tiffany confessional.
She said, let's go.
They added that. They definitely added that after. And now we're to D. Does that count? Let's Go. That's so funny. I'm feeling good about my D is going home prediction right now. It counts. Huge. That's so
I
funny.
wouldn't be surprised if they were scrambling in the last week and just like making minor tweaks.
Okay, so they have so much clothes. What are all these new fits I'm seeing? What's his secret? This feels like a fake conversation that they have to have for the second time in front of a camera. He should not be telling her about the idol. This is a bad move by Ozzy. This is an objective bad move. He's telling Christian. Okay, I like it more because she was going to leak it to Christian, so... I mean, look, I think he shouldn't have told either of them. But it's better to tell both than just Emily.
He's thought it through. Like...
Sorry, the ambulance is here.
They saw you open up the wine.
Basically. The drones. People keep hating on Emily and she keeps winning. It's fun to see. I mean, there's things to criticize about her gameplay, but I think what people miss is she's able to get away with all this messiness because of her talents. I gotta shave so bad. Oh my god. Alright, Christian's back in the edit. Oh, so cute. This is cute. I like this segment. Coach has to be the easiest player to manipulate. Just say how much you love him, you know? Ew. That's an ugly ass color. Oh, come on. Devin's doing the news stuff as camp. I'm happy to see it back. It's been a while. It's funny. So when's the Trump address? At what point? Is it 9? It's got to be at like a certain time. It's not just going to be random. It is 9, okay. Sounds good. That was a fun opening segment. I like having multiple super fans because like especially for Rizzo, he doesn't know these people. Might have talked to a few of them before, but like, you know, yeah, 20 minutes long. I am very interested to see what he says. To be fair, like I'm not looking forward to it, but like, I'll be watching. 17-person merge is ludicrous. It's definitely a fake merge. Like they're probably going to do a triple tribal today of some sort, 3 people gone, and then we're going to be at 14, and that's like the biggest merge ever, but 13 they've done before several times. Do I have Jeff's number? I wonder if I tried really hard if I could even get Julie's number. I'm thinking about it. I could probably get Jeff's number somehow. I'd have to expend all my social capital in the world. But I could probably get it. Are we thinking a 10-person jury? I think they'll do 11. I think everyone this episode will not be on the jury. Everyone after will be. I think we'll do an 11-person jury with like the 14-person merge. From Zach through Austin. That seems like the most direct path. Maybe I could go Suri path too. I feel like that's less likely. Do you think Jeff remembers Zach? Yeah. You guys don't understand. Jeff is part of the casting process. Like he's talked to all these people so many times. I don't think he like if he saw him, he would know he's Zach Wurtenberger. I just don't know if like Jeff, who's the first boot on Survivor 42? He doesn't know trivia like that. But Zach spoke to Jeff so many times, like in person too. Not just in the show. You should have Julie's number. I have her like assistant's email, not her number. If Suri doesn't make merge or jury, I'll actually faint. I wouldn't worry about that. I think Suri is one of the safest people here. She has so many allies right now. I will say though, I feel confident about D leaving right now. Genevieve, I'm still on. I haven't seen much to vindicate that this episode, but the edit D's gotten, she's just gotten like a lot of content. And Christian, I understand why he's getting content. D, it's a little bit more like she hasn't gotten a ton of content throughout the show, so we shall see. How safe is Aubrey? I think Aubrey's safe. Yeah, I mean she has an idol, so. Uh-oh. This feels a little bit like someone could be in trouble. I wonder if Devins could actually be booted here. I don't know where else he falls in the season. Good. She knows now. Does Aubrey know the nature of it? If she gets blindsided with it, it goes back to Devins? In her mind. Ooh, why'd Suri tell her? Why'd Suri tell her? I guess Suri didn't know if she already should have known. That's my theory. I think Suri must have been like, shit, is it gonna be obvious I'm lying to her? Telling everyone Aubrey has an idol is a good way for them to not want to vote out Aubrey.
But at this point, it doesn't even get Trish back to Suri as a
Everyone knowing you have the idol is not the worst thing.
Cool. How did you find out about Aubrey? Suri just told me. Okay, okay.
Information is flowing on this speech, so I decided to share my own information and let Ozzy know his idol. It came from me.
Yeah, that's good.
You know about the boomerang idol.
Yes.
Rizzo was part of the decision to send it to you.
Is Ozzy supposed to know that I know that you gave it to him?
Yeah, I think you're good.
This is confusing.
It's a boomerang idol. It's called Billie Eilish Boomerang Idol.
Everybody else is whispering the other things that are
Oh my god.
Yeah, this actually, I think they're doing a good job portraying the chaos that this must have been.
Did you give him the idol?
No, do you have an idol?
Yes, I thought you gave it to me.
No. I want an idol out there that if it does.
Well, Rizzo's idol is public knowledge, basically, too. All the idols are basically public knowledge, huh?
Knows I gave it to Rizzo, and no one ever will.
I never told you.
Oh, Genevieve's not taking credit for it.
Like it was common knowledge. I'm starting to find out that everybody pretty much knows about my idol, and that's a big bummer. I thought it was gonna be a secret, and it's not. So it never is.
How did this one leak?
The amount of information that's floating around between these 17 castaways.
This makes sense, though. This is how it would play out. Too many pre-existing relationships.
Every single person.
Then Rizzo tells me somebody sent him a boomerang idol.
So Rizzo has one, I have one, and Aubrey has one.
Yeah.
All right.
But once he told
That's
me
so fucking good for Suri. Why do her 3 allies have idols? I mean, she has a lot of allies, so she probably has the best odds of that, but, like, her and Ozzy are
Ozzy share the same
so tight.
in my heart. I'm in a poly relationship now.
That's funny. She's so funny.
To Genevieve and I said, who were your people in college? She told me the people that she was working with, Bertha, Colby, and Joe. And Colby is tight with Coach. And I think Stephanie is in with them.
Old school.
Old school.
Oh, old school. The new era mindset is I can vote with my arch enemy for 1 vote, for 2 votes, and then I can get them out. I just want to advance in this game. The old era style is I stick with the people I said I was going to stick with, and that's it. And I think that's where the old era thinking is going to have a problem.
Suri's so good in confessional.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got an 8-pack. You are everything I wanted to be on my first Survivor. That means a lot.
This is the most predictable thing of all time.
Waiting for this moment where we can all get together and we can talk.
Jonathan getting a big merge episode.
Thank you, Joe. I mean it. I've been wanting to talk to all these people, these legends that I've been seeing at these challenges. The 3 of us are right here.
I will be solid.
There was a group of 10 there when he said that.
And I know Cory is solid.
Super solid.
A lot of the old schoolers will want to work with me.
Damn, I was right on with this prediction of him being with the old schoolers because of Boston Rob.
Loyal player. I'm going to be what I was, but I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to make relationships that I wouldn't normally make. How are you feeling?
Oh my god, my final 3 might materialize. Aubrey, Jonathan, Coach. Did we get a Jonathan Coach segment and then a Jonathan Aubrey segment?
There's 17 killers, right? You have to be open to 17 different perspectives.
Cooking with gas.
Know that nothing has changed for you and me, Camilla. I'm getting ready because I know this next half of the game is going to be so extreme.
Why do you want those 3 as my prediction? My empirical prediction.
Let's go, D. Let's go all the way. It's almost like a rebirth of Survivor this season 50 because no one knows what to expect. It's so
I don't know how the fuck they're going to tell a cohesive story this episode. I mean, once we get to the challenge, we'll divide them into groups and it'll become simpler vote-wise, but I think that was an incredible segment. A lot of people criticize BB25 because there was so much chaos happening in the episodes we're not able to encapsulate it, which, granted, it's a different show, different time frame, all of that. I think they did such a good job of encapsulating how fucking nuts this must have been. Like, everyone knows about everything now. Everyone's yapping to each other. Like, alliances made in front of other people. I think we have no idea what happened or what's happening. And neither do any of the players. So, of those three, who would win? Coach? No, I said Aubrey. Who would have guessed the Suri polycule with Rizzo and Ozzy? Ozzy. Ozzy gets down. I like how Colby helped Suri off the boat. I mean, Christian was helping everyone off the boat. So, not like it's competition. I don't know if Christian was actually helping him or if he was just like offering a limp hand. My dream final three is Suri, Steph, and Ozzy. Benry, look, you get to support whoever you want. You gotta piss me off less about it. Your opinions are unpopular opinions, and you're allowed to have them. Stop throwing them in my face. Did anyone catch whether Aubrey knows about the boomerang part of the idol? I don't think no, I think Aubrey does. I am under the impression that everybody understands the rules of the boomerang idol because with information like this, there's no way that's kept a secret. Especially because, like, there's not much of a reason to keep that a secret if other people know. Like, if you're the only one who knows, there's a lot of reason to keep it a secret. But, like, if people already know how it works, I would think, I would think people are sharing that quite freely. My dream final three is Suri, Steph, Ozzy. It's such a funny pairing. I mean, it would be very, Did we know, was Ozzy close to being on Heroes Villains? Was that a thing? It's just weird to me that he wasn't on. I understand he was on a lot of seasons right before then, but like, I'm surprised they wouldn't just throw him on the Heroes tribe as just like a huge name. Well, Shane was replaced by Russell. I mean, Ozzy, I think probably, like, you need to have Colby, you need to have Rupert. I think you'd basically just replace him with James, I guess. Which, going into it, I think I'd prefer Ozzy to James, because James is kind of, every time, just got worse. Who else are the men from this tribe? JT, I think you would definitely want over Ozzy. And Tom. No, the spots are tough to get on that tribe, I guess. That's a highly contested tribe. You just have to pick Ozzy or James. I have, yeah. Tiffany's so back.
Another Tiffany?
She's popping off. Manu Levu. Was that just combining all the tribe names? My guess is whoever wins gets to divide the tribes themselves, which would be a terrible idea.
Or gets to pick captains, maybe?
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Low-key, I'm kind of surprised they wouldn't just, like, get rid of Amanda for Ozzy, if that was the issue, but... It'd be fun for Suri to find something. Damn, Devins, take off the shirt. Yeah, wear this. Really? No, Rizzo finds it? I still don't see it. They were trying to highlight it. I think Tiffany might find it.
Unfortunately, back on day 9, I hyperextended my foot, and I can't hobble fast.
Oh, really?
Run, but I'm not giving up.
My strategy
Yeah, he's clearly not getting medevac. He's going to be here for a bit. They're just explaining it.
control over whatever this giant twist is. So keep moving. You don't stop long, and you identify landmark. Landmark, tree, go. Landmark, tree, go. Landmark, tree, go. Just keep going, going, going. Landmark, tree, go. Landmark, tree, go.
Landmark tree, yes.
No, no. Just keep going, going, going. I have so little energy, but just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Okay, so it's not Christian.
So I'm searching high and low.
Does Ozzy find it? Another thing for Ozzy?
Finding anything.
This looks like a different type of camera.
You know, I take a breath, take it easy, and I'm just walking along the trail, and oh my god.
Go hide it. Run.
Ozzy's lucky day.
Damn, Ozzy's on a fucking hot streak.
10 freaking years.
Has he not found anything since the idol?
Or who is that in the bright pink? Is that Genevieve?
Hopefully it's not. You're going to exile. It's the largest merge in Survivor history. So many relationships to manage. But today, you put your social game on hold because you're heading to Exile Island.
Oh my god.
He's going again.
You're bringing one person with you. You have 5 minutes to
I mean, that's
person you choose does not have a
that's huge for him. I mean, you get to avoid whatever bullshit's happening right now.
I'm going to exile. I'm going to exile. Yeah, with somebody.
You probably are going to be safe. You're probably going to be safe to the next zone.
I love playing Survivor, and I do not want to be voted out of this game. So if this is actually an advantage, this is huge. So who should I choose? What category are we talking about? Anyone seems to be emotions that we want them around. Who do I possibly take where it doesn't look like I'm either working with them or working against them?
Just a random person.
Only one answer. Who's the one person that nobody knows anything about?
Rizzo.
One person that we haven't seen play? Who's the one person who's sort of the odd man out at this point? Rizzo! Me and you, buddy. Alright. Alright, let's tango, dude.
I put on a big smile, and in the back of my head, I'm like, this is terrible. Because I will have no idea what's happening back at camp. They're doing it.
I don't know. Rizzo feels like a pretty easy vote. I fear Rizzo's a pretty easy vote in a hectic merge, so I think it's good for him if he gets out of this or gets an advantage.
The scariest night of my life.
It could be a duel. That'd be fun. Rizzo versus Ozzy. I don't know if I could handle Rizzo winning that, though. That might push him over the edge. Shoutouts over the edge. Oh, I don't think it's a duel to, like, get rid of one of them. That feels like a bit much. Yeah, he did well, I guess. He made it pretty far, if that's what you're asking. The Blood Moon duel. They're just being taken to the airport. I like them having Exile Island. I just think it's a nice homage. Exile Island greater than the Sanctuary. I found the Sanctuary to be pretty, like, inoffensive. It was just kind of lazy. Like, some of these rewards that we watch in Old School Survivor are just much more engaging than the Sanctuary. Like, a lot of the cultural stuff is pretty fun. Leads to fun segments. Or, like, I love when they put them in non-island settings. I'm thinking Heroes Villains with Colby, or in Pearl Islands, we just watched Fair Play and Lil and Dara. Yeah, now only one idol in play for this twist. Seemingly. I personally think it's going to involve one of them going. I hope not. That would be ridiculous. Lil seeing herself in the mirror was an impactful moment. Her getting wine drunk and then getting sensitive about Fair Play was pretty funny too. Yeah.
I love Lil. I've turned around on her.
Or in South Pacific when they saw Jack and Jill. Damn, that happened. That's so funny. I love Jack and Jill. What do I eat? Dunkachino.
It's such a bad movie, babe.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's bad. Oh, my God. Why is Stella from How I Met Your Mother in a ad? And she's also a doctor in this? That's so funny. What a weird thing. It's a secret deodorant commercial. I like Stella in How I Met Your Mother. I wish they didn't do that plot. Oh, she's on Scrubs? Okay, well, that's funny. I'm probably the only one who recognized her as Stella. I've not seen Scrubs, no. Okay, well, we got tribes. So we're dividing into groups of 5. Oh my god, why are we doing 5-person tribals? This is all going to be about the swap. I hate this shit.
What's up, Jeff? Got a lot of fun here. Oh, Jeff.
Oh boy.
Oy, oy.
Look at everybody together. Woo. First things first. Aubrey, let's get rid of that. Tribal immunity is no more. All right, so when we were putting together this season, we had one goal. We wanted to do our best to make it memorable. And in order for something to be memorable, it's got to be rare. That's what makes it special. So we did a couple things we've never done before. 24 players, most ever. We also turned the entire show over to the fans. They voted for the type of game they wanted you to play. And when it came to twists, 63% said, I love twists. Bring them on. So today,
That's a lie.
Rage bait.
for the fans. For the fans. A twist so memorable.
Is rage bait.
It will cause the entire Survivor world to pause and take notice because it's never happened before. Oh my gosh. We thought this twist could use a metaphor, something to give it a little shape, a little form.
Here we go.
We're asking ourselves, well, what is it about the Survivor
Such a long prologue.
And that is, while playing this game, you live in nature, you deal with it every day. The rain, the ocean.
We don't see any of it.
And then it dawned on us. Nature itself offers a perfect metaphor for what's going to happen today. Because every so often in nature, an event happens that is so memorable and so rare, the entire world pauses to take notice. And that is a total lunar eclipse. That is when the Earth's shadow
What are we doing here?
turns it a deep
Get to the fucking point.
red. And we call it a blood moon. Ancient civilizations feared a blood moon. They saw it as a warning, a sign of upheaval, even impending doom. And that's how you should see it as well. Because tonight, Survivor will have its own version of a blood moon. And just like in nature, it will cast a shadow over the entire Survivor game. And it will never be the same again. Because tonight, not one,
Alright, we're just doing 3 tribals. I'll take it.
but 3 players will have their torches snuffed.
Okay, so just,
Triple.
if it's just 3 tribals, it could be worse.
Rare, it will forever change the game. It's crazy.
Wow.
You wanted big.
I can live with it. I'm just bummed that it's tribes of 5.
Quick, who are the 3?
I already said I think it's going to be Genevieve, Dee, and Camilla. But I'm not feeling great about my Camilla guess.
3 women? No way. I think it could be Jonathan.
Oh, God, you do not know how to read the edit. It might be Jonathan. Who knows? But I'd be shocked.
Oh my god.
More dangerous. We're going to randomly divide you into 3 groups of 5. The person who lasts the longest with each.
So 4 people are going to be... I just hate it. I hate it.
This is the immunity necklace.
That's a cool necklace, though.
Fans voted on this as well. 84% wanted this, and it's a beauty. Tonight, 3 players will look very good
Ozzy and Rizzo safe. Yeah, it's huge. It's bad for Suri. She loses numbers, but she has so many numbers. Like, Suri, I mean, what? Camilla, Rizzo, and, who is it? It's Camilla and Rizzo and Dee, and she has Ozzy and Christian and Devins and Emily and Aubrey. I mean, she's just rolling in allies.
Applebee's, are you kidding me?
Do you guys think Suri's thinking of America? Damn, I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat so much food after this. I had breakfast today for the first time in forever.
Oh, babe, we gotta go to Applebee's.
Is there one close?
We'll find one.
What are we doing? Does he usually do this for these kinds of things? I feel like he usually doesn't do this. This is crazy. Are they having trouble keeping the doors open?
Yeah, it feels like this is a pretty, like, pricey ad.
Yeah, like Apple, or they're just more desperate.
Like the Dollarita.
The jury starts. Yeah, okay, I was right. There's a 2-hour episode. Maybe they need to fill time. They do not need to fill time. They have 3 tribals.
Is it a 2-hour episode tonight?
It's a 2-hour episode with Trump.
Yeah.
So it's 2 hours, 20 minutes. Like, you know, functionally for us. Man, this is what a terrible segment that was. Describing it and Applebee's took like 6 minutes. Who wins this? D is gonna win. D's gonna get immunity. Am I dumb? Never mind. D's gonna be safe. Unless she's like a demon. Unless she's against a demon, I mean. Stephanie could do very well here. There's no way D should lose this. She'd be my number 1 pick in the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yep, Genevieve and Aubrey. Oh. So it's Devins and Christian get to choose whether Aubrey or Emily go home. And Devins gave an idol to Aubrey. Oh, poor fucking Genevieve. Oh, no. Genevieve needs to win or it's actually cooked.
Wait, so what happened? They split them up into 3 groups.
And then they all just go to tribal, but one person, whoever makes it the longest, gets immunity.
Okay, where
From your tribe.
Oh, each group goes to tribal.
And there's 3
How were
people with
the
immunity.
groups drawn just random?
Yeah. I mean, Genevieve's done. Genevieve needs to win this challenge. My prediction is Christian wins, D wins. And who's in this one? This one's pretty weak. How's Emily losing to Suri here? Is that D on the right? So D's winning this one. Tiffany, probably. Chrissy. Chrissy's going to be good. Tiffany or Chrissy. I mean, Colby can't do this. Come on. Well, that's kind of weird.
It's a little platform, too. I hate the toe shots.
Jeff is annoying. Usually, I really don't mind it as much.
Oh, go Suri.
Suri tries so much harder in Survivor. If this is Big Brother, she's down. She doesn't have that drive in her for it.
Remember, it's a live transition, but you can use your hands to brace the outside of the wall. You're really going to feel it here. Oh my God. Devins can't make the transition. Devins is out.
Nothing there.
Give you 10 more seconds.
This sucks for Genevieve. She needs to win. Yeah, this is not the guy's immunity challenge. Colby, get down. I'm worried about how he's going to land.
Takes a hard fall. You all right, Donaldson? Yeah, I got good. All right, I saw the thumb.
Yeah, bro, what's he doing? Like, come on. That's not tough. That's stupid. How the fuck does D not win this? Nice job, Suri. So it's got Suri's got D, Emily. She should be fine. Suri's good. I think Coach is in trouble in this tribe. Coach might need to win. I think Coach needs this.
Oh. Oh, he's won this before? He's gonna drop at the end of this. He's lost it before.
It's one of the most iconic episodes of Survivor ever.
I'm gonna cry for him.
He was being insufferable that episode. Siri did pretty well. Yeah, Siri was solid. My phone thinks it's Siri again.
Oh, that's insane.
Well, my prediction appears to be wrong.
Yeah, she's solid.
I mean, this is... Yeah, well, my prediction was wrong anyways. Wait, so it's Coach and Colby. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Who goes home there? It's Coach, Colby, Emily, and Suri. One of them are gone? Christian is good at this shit. Yeah. And there goes Genevieve. Genevieve's cooked.
Let's go, Christian.
I mean, Christian's good at this kind of shit. This is not that different to what he won against against Alec.
I mean, this is for the girls.
Good for Chrissy. Chrissy and Stephanie. Camilla too, but you know. Chrissy won 4 individual immunities her season. She was a beast. Okay. I'm feeling good about Camilla as a pick too. Camilla and Tiffany are close though.
Let's go.
Camilla did betray Jonathan. Oh no, Camilla's cooked. Yeah, Camilla's done. I have no idea who's going on Suri's tribe though.
I feel like we've gotten no Camilla though.
She had a bigger episode last episode.
It's been what, like 7 years?
Yeah. Oh, Chrissy's gonna go if she drops. Come on, Chrissy. Come on, Chrissy. It's gonna be Chrissy dropping for sure. That's it. Chrissy's done. Okay. I wasn't that far off. I think, well, I still have no idea who's going on Suri's tribe. That's crazy to me. It's Coach, Colby, Suri, or... Who's the last option there? Emily? I think Emily is going then. If they all are together, can they do some idol shenanigans and start giving it to people? Because Ozzy, I think, might give... Oh, wait. Suri has an extra vote. Suri has an extra vote if she wants to tie this. She only needs one person.
She gets rid of who, Emily?
Well, Suri and Emily have a rapport. Like, they've been close in the first tribe. Suri has not played with Colby or Coach. She played with Colby years ago, but Idol isn't transferable. You're right. This one's not.
Yeah, she's strong as fuck.
First immunity since Guatemala. Yeah, shit. What was that? 20 years ago? Surrey also has D. Yeah, but it's... Oh, wait. Is D on that tribe?
Yeah.
So it's Surrey, D, and Emily. They have the majority with their extra vote. So it's going to be Coach or Colby? No, I think something's going to happen. I don't think Coach or Colby are going tonight. That's so interesting. That's the one tribe I can't figure out.
We're getting a lot of Tiffany.
It might just be compensating for her not getting... I don't think Tiffany's in trouble. Colby going would be interesting. That would throw a lot of things off. That Applebee shit was crazy, though. I mean, Jesus. Okay, let's think about this. Surrey, Emily, and D. But Surrey also knows Colby. But Colby worked against Surrey on Heroes Villains. But I'm sure they're fine. I don't think Surrey's the type to hold a grudge like that. I'm sure Surrey and Coach know each other. I don't know what happens here. I think Surrey's the safest.
Babe, what are you making for dinner?
I'm going to do a lot of noodles. Maybe Emily? I think Emily makes sense. I just thought Emily was in for a longer run, but she's been so relevant to the strategy happening. Yeah, because I think Ozzy's going to regret not taking Emily to exile. I think it's Emily. I think Surrey's going to flip and Emily's going to go out. Because Surrey, the thing is, she doesn't need to burn her extra vote here, and it might actually do her some good to weaken Christian and Devins, right? That might do her some good, and she's not... Emily's not in her top 5 allies right now. Colby doesn't have a vote? No, I think he... Does he still not have a vote? Oh my god.
Wait, who doesn't?
Colby, I think, lost a vote in, like, the second episode to Savannah. This is so dumb. Surrey already betrayed Devin's last vote. But from what I heard, I think Surrey told Devins about the vote, right? Wasn't that, like, told in post-game stuff? That Surrey informed him and he was just, like, purposely on the outs? Or is that just someone lying online? I saw people assuming that. Okay, it might just be a lot of people citing each other, and there's actually no source. I don't think Surrey voting out Emily burns Ozzy. I think Surrey and Ozzy are, like, soul linked. I guarantee Colby and Surrey haven't talked since the Heroes Villains reunion. Yeah, but they were both big deal in Old School Survivor. There was a lot of events. Heroes Villains was an event in and of itself. Like, they just know each other. And Colby doesn't know that many people. Like, I'm saying that Surrey, I don't think, is going to be bitter towards Colby because of what happened on Heroes Villains. That's not how Surrey plays. I think Surrey's kind of blank slate with everybody every season. Minus, like, her buddies, who she'll work with again. What a absolutely brutal situation for Genevieve, though. She's done. There's nothing to do. She could go down as, like, a top 3 most screwed survivor ever. Finds 2 idols, has to send them away, has a ton of allies, gets to the merge, gets put in a tribe of 5 with Christian and Devins and the person who they gave an idol to, who hates her. Exactly, Niners, yeah. That's so rough for Genevieve. I'm glad we're gonna just get this over with, but like, damn. If they vote out Aubrey, Christian gets the idol. I think it's more useful to have Aubrey in the game with an idol. Like, I don't know. If I'm them, I don't know if I want to get that cute because if she catches wind and plays it, like, Christian, I think, is trying to play a safe game. Maybe Christian goes for it just because he has immunity, so it can't bounce back on him. That's interesting. I think there's a conversation to be had there. What are we getting, Rizzo and Ozzy first? Yeah. Ozzy really is getting quite the edit. Like, there's a couple needless scenes that he's getting. Oh. This is going to be a deadly trio. Ozzy knew this. I mean, look, Cerie's doing her best to position herself with a chance to get to final tribal. I hope this doesn't lead to a Cerie vote out edit. I mean, she has an extra vote. There's no way she gets voted out here. It's hard to imagine. D made the jury. Good for her. Christian made the jury. Good for him. Stephanie, too, I guess. Damn, the Shark Bowl hangover on the island must be bad. I do wonder if they made adjustments to this episode. She's got a lot of confessionals. She has 4 already, and none of them have mattered.
That Applebee's sirloin. Ooh.
It's been an honor playing with all of you. Seriously. I'm so happy to be on this reward with you guys. Enjoy the reward right now and just forget about me. Yeah.
On this tribe, Camilla or Chrissy are just cooked. I think Camilla is in more trouble than Chrissy. I think Camilla's cooked because I think there's just a little bit too much old school. Jonathan, I'm counting as old school. Jonathan, Stephanie, and Chrissy, who's all, I think those 3 are going to stick together. I don't know how close Tiffany and Camilla are, but presidential address is happening soon. They must do this so quick if there's tribal tonight. Like, what a fast day this must be. They must wake up at, like, 5 a.m., challenge at, like, 8 a.m., to fit in a reward. Then they go back, then they have 3 tribals.
This is me closing chapter 1 of my
They're doing Tiffany versus Chrissy.
and opening the next chapter. Chrissy cannot be a part of that.
Let me get this straight. You pretended to be the Italian man's fiance?
Hmm. If Tiffany goes, I'll be upset. I don't think Tiffany's going. I think it's going to be Chrissy. So we're going straight into the address probably at this point. Tiff finally got screen time. Yeah, I think they picked some weird confessionals for her. That last one was good. But the ones before that were kind of like, why? Like, they weren't really great. Like, Tiffany's good in confessional. She just needs, like, interesting things to talk about. It's about the war in some capacity, Benry. Why does Tiffany hate Chrissy? I don't think Tiffany hates Chrissy. I think Chrissy seems to be having played a pretty closed-off game at this point to certain people. Tiffany's targeting her. Doesn't mean she hates her. That was interesting, though. Interesting. Time to turn my TV to the Rockets. Low key, I'm going to put the Rockets on my TV, too. When's Rockets Wolves? That's like the most important game of the season currently. Heat Celtics. Oh, Miami Heat. Oh, my Shayla. Okay, Rockets Bucks. Is not worth watching. The Rockets should handle the Bucks, and they are. Knicks Grizzlies. Man, this is a boring ass day of basketball, huh? Magic Hawks should have been good, but it's not. Sixers Wizards. Is there anything good? Spurs Warriors, I guess, is the best game, but there's no Steph. Yikes. This is a March basketball. I guess April basketball. Yeah, I don't know what's worth watching. I'll put on the Rockets game, I guess. Because the Rockets, they're capable of losing anything. I don't want to read too much in that Mountain Doofus because it's like outside the game knowledge that I just don't, I'm trying to absorb the least amount of that as possible so I don't read into it too much and make determinations on stuff. You know what I mean? No Marcus Smart tomorrow. Jake Laravia on SGA. Are we sure there's no Marcus Smart? I thought he was like questionable. What are we doing back to the show? There's no show right now. We're back on the show. Just threw the remote across the room. I guess we're going to the address soon. Good for Christian getting an immunity on this season. She's so happy. She's so happy. She gets to take out Genevieve here. Are you kidding me? All right, here we go. Here we go. Silencing women. Classic Trump move. Let's see what we're doing here.
This is a CBS News special report. I'm Tony DeCopel. For those of us expecting Survivor, we want to let you know it will continue right where it is, but we are coming on the air now because President Trump has formally requested this time to address the nation with what the White House is calling an important update on the war with Iran. As soon as the president finishes, we will get back to regular programming. Some background on this moment as we await the president. He is speaking as the national average for gas tops $4 a gallon, prices we haven't seen in 4 years.
Shout out to public transport. He's like, let me start a war, not considering if the Strait of Hormuz is blocked off. So stupid. He's so dumb. Like, this was always going to be what happened the second he did it. I'm surprised they're giving this much of a preface. Damn, he's going to be pissed about this.
Let me begin by congratulating the team at NASA and our brave astronauts on the successful launch of Artemis 2. It was quite something. It will be traveling further than any manned rocket has ever flown and will very substantially pass the moon, go around it, and come back home from a distance that has never been done before. It's amazing. They are
He sounds old as fuck.
God bless
Oh, no, he's gotten...
people who want to God bless those four
He's, like, been fading.
unbelievable astronauts. As we speak this evening, it's been just 1 month since the United States military began Operation Epic Fury, targeting the world's #1 state sponsor of terror.
Epic Fury.
In these past 4 weeks, our armed forces have delivered swift, decisive, overwhelming victories on the battlefield. Victories like few people have ever seen before. Tonight,
This war's been a disaster.
their air force is in ruins. Their leaders,
He's just posturing.
terrorist
He's such a loser.
they led, are now dead. Their command and control of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is being decimated as we speak. Their ability to launch missiles and drones is dramatically curtailed, and their weapons, factories, and rocket launchers.
I think he's just trying to get public support right now.
Pathetic.
Never in the history of warfare has an enemy suffered such clear and devastating large-scale losses in a matter of weeks.
And he's proud of it? Oh my god.
Well, it hasn't even happened is the problem. I mean, they're devastated for sure.
He's like
5 years under my
all
presidency
civilians.
is winning, and now winning bigger than ever before. Before discussing this current situation, I also want to thank our troops for the masterful job they did
Before discussing this current situation, meaning
in a matter of minutes.
there actually is an announcement, I guess.
It was quick, lethal, violent, and respected by everyone all over the world. After rebuilding our military during
So many AI videos came out after.
by far the strongest
People thanking Trump.
anywhere in the world, and now we're working along with Venezuela and are in a true sense joint venture partners. We're getting along incredibly well in the production and sale of massive amounts of oil and gas, the second largest reserves on earth after the United States of America. We're now totally independent of the Middle East, and yet we are there to help. We don't have to be there. We don't need their oil. We don't need anything.
We do need their oil.
To help our allies. Tonight I want to provide an update on the tremendous progress our warriors have made in Iran.
We need their oil desperately.
Epic Fury is necessary for the safety of America and the security of the free world.
No, you started this.
From the very first day I announced my campaign for president in 2015, I have vowed that I would never allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon. This fanatical regime has been chanting death to America, death to Israel for 47 years.
Bro, you're the one bombing them.
The murder
You're.
Americans and the Marine,
They're saying this. You did it.
the slaughter of hundreds of our service members with roadside bombs,
You bombed like hospitals,
on the
schools.
and they carried out the countless other heinous acts, including the just horrible, bloody atrocities of October 7th in Israel, something that most people never seen anything like it. This murderous regime also also recently killed 45,000 of their own people who were protesting in Iran. 45,000 dead for these terrorists to have nuclear weapons.
Trump wishes he could kill protesters,
Threat.
and he could,
The most
but
violent and thuggish regime on earth would be free to carry out their campaigns of terror, coercion,
acting like he's pro-protest.
a nuclear shield.
Try to
I will never,
nationalize state armies,
neither should any of our past.
federalize that. Like, I mean, come on,
This situation has been going on for 47
or state police forces rather.
should have been handled long before I arrived in office. I did many things during my 2 terms in office to stop the quest for nuclear weapons by Iran first, and perhaps most importantly, I killed General Qasem Soleimani in my first term.
Still talking about Soleimani?
He was an evil genius, brilliant person, a horrible human being, however, the father of the roadside bomb. And
He's just patting himself on the back.
what he did, Iran would have been perhaps
Where's the announcement?
stronger position. Had he lived, we would have had probably a different conversation tonight. But you know what? We'd still be winning and winning big. And then, very importantly, I terminated Barack Hussein Obama's Iran nuclear deal.
Barack Hussein Obama.
Obama gave them $1.7 billion
Okay.
green cash, took it out of banks from Virginia, D.C., then Maryland, all the cash they had, flew it by airplanes in an attempt to buy their respect and love.
You think they flew planes full of cash?
On with their mission to have a nuclear bomb. His Iran deal would have led to a colossal arsenal of massive nuclear weapons for Iran. They would have had them years ago, and they would have used them.
I don't know, Ren Davis. I think just pretending like they have nukes as an excuse to bomb them is the actual issue.
A lot of great experts.
I don't know if I want anyone to have nuclear weapons. Well, I know I want no one to have them, but
To do, and I was so proud to do it. It was so bad right from the beginning. Essentially, I did what no other president was willing to do. They made mistakes, and I am correcting them. My first preference was always the path of diplomacy, yet the regime continued their relentless quest for nuclear weapons and rejected every attempt at an agreement. For this reason, in June, I ordered a strike on Iran's key nuclear facilities and Operation
he's like commandeering the airwaves for us, like
those beautiful beach
puff speech.
magnificently. We totally obliterated those nuclear sites. The regime then sought to rebuild their nuclear program at a totally different location, making clear they had no intention of abandoning their pursuit.
I think they can, Ren Davis, though. I don't trust Trump to not start a nuclear holocaust. That's the thing.
Stockpile of conventional ballistic missiles, and would soon have had missiles that could reach the American homeland, Europe, and virtually any other place on Earth. Iran's strategy was so obvious. They wanted to produce as many missiles as possible, and they did, with the longest range possible, and they had some weapons that nobody believed they had. We just learned that out. We took them out. We took them all out.
And Trump would do that anyway. Nothing is stopping him from doing that now. I'm saying I'm not ruling out that he will. I'm just saying if he does, I don't want people to send nukes to us.
At the doorstep. For years
Like I'm not putting it past Trump to send nukes. Like
but in the end, those are just words if you're not willing to take action when the time comes. As I stated in my announcement of Operation Epic Fury, our objectives are very simple and clear. We are systematically dismantling the regime's ability to threaten America or project power outside of their borders. That means eliminating Iran's navy, which is now absolutely destroyed, hurting their air force and their missile program at levels never seen before, and annihilating their defense industrial base. We've done all of it. Their navy is gone, their air force is gone, their missiles are
he used to be a charismatic speaker.
or beaten. Taken together, these actions will cripple Iran military, crush their
No, I think this will annoy people more.
proxies, and deny them
Him interrupting programming, and I think like the people who love him will love him. Obviously, it's just like this is not going to swing anyone over, which I think is the purpose of it.
militarily. Everyone is talking about it, and tonight I'm pleased especially of the 13 American warriors who have laid down their lives in this fight to prevent our children from ever having to face a nuclear Iran. Twice this
I
past month, I
fully
traveled to Dover,
understand Ren Davis. You know what I mean? Like
and
I disagree with
this
you.
was something I wanted to be with those heroes as they return to American soil, and I was with them and their families, their parents, their wives.
It's not about that, Kayla. It's this is like Iraq, where it's like
Must honor them by
Trump does. I don't think he thinks they have nuclear weapons, and he is attacking them
every single
under the pretense that they do.
their loved
But
ones
just
that
to justify it,
Yeah.
they want to villainize it, to villainize the country to the public.
and we are going to finish the job, and we're going to finish it very fast. We're getting very close. I want to thank our allies in the Middle East, Israel, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the UAE, Kuwait, and Bahrain. They've been great, and we will not let them get hurt or fail in any way, shape, or form. Many Americans have been concerned to see the recent rise in
I don't know how else to explain it.
here at home.
It's
This short
I understand the concept of what you're saying, but another country having nukes, just the more countries that have nukes, the more likelihood that someone who has nukes will fire nukes.
with the conflict, this is yet more proof that
It's that simple. Like right now, if the U.S. sent nukes and they didn't send nukes back, that is better than the U.S. sending nukes and them sending nukes back. Like, it's just less dead, innocent people. And you're saying, like, oh, well, he wouldn't send nukes unless they have, if they have nukes, they won't send them. I don't trust Trump in that way, the way you do.
we're going through it right now, the strongest in history. In 1 year, we've taken a
That's the counter argument.
and crippled country. I hate to say that, but we were a dead and crippled country after the last administration and made it the hottest country anywhere in the world by far with no inflation, record-setting investments coming into the United States over 18
This is the thing that's going to lose him, even his own base. Him pretending like the economy is good.
Yeah.
That's what's going to get people to turn on him. The poor ass Republicans who are like,
My eggs.
literally.
nuclear Iran, and they didn't know
Trump might not even believe it though, because he's just so rich he can't see it.
drill baby drill program. America has plenty of gas. We have so much gas.
We don't have gas. Gas went up $1.
Gas on the planet without even discussing the millions of barrels that we're getting from Venezuela. Because of the Trump administration's policies, we produce more oil and gas than Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. Think of that. Saudi Arabia and Russia combined.
That cannot be true.
Number will soon be substantially higher than
That's just a lie, right?
there's no country.
Russia's oil reserves are nuts.
We're in great shape for the future. The United States imports almost no oil.
Obviously he lies, but usually it's masked in something.
Taking any in the future. We don't need it. We haven't needed it, and we don't need it. We've beaten and completely decimated Iran. They are decimated, both militarily and economically and every other way. And the country.
I swear, Ali, if Iran and Epstein were it, the economy was good, I think he would get reelected. Like, I just think people are so that it's just by such a large margin all people care about.
But they should take
Not everyone, but you know.
protecting the oil that they so desperately depend on. So to those countries that can't get fuel, many of which refuse to get involved in the decapitation of Iran, we had to do it ourselves. I have a suggestion. Number one, buy oil from the United States of America. We have plenty. We have so much. And number two, build up some delayed courage. Should have done it before. Should have done it with us as we asked. Go to the strait and just take it. Protect it.
He's begging people to bail him out of the Strait of Hormuz.
Decimated. The hard part is done, so it should be easy. And in any event, when this conflict is over,
He's just begging for other countries to do it, and he's like subtweeting them while doing it.
actually, they're going to want to be able to sell oil because that's all they have to try and rebuild. It will resume the flowing, and the gas prices will rapidly come back down. Stock prices will rapidly go back up. They haven't come down very much.
Dude, no one cares about stock prices. It's the cost of living. That's what people care about. That's your entire base.
Than I thought, but we had to take that little journey.
Yeah, no, everyone is drowning in the extra money they're getting right now.
Our economy is strong and improving by the day, and it will soon be roaring back like never before. It will top the levels that it was
Hey, Bub, I think
before.
you got to read a bit more,
We
man.
made clear from the beginning of Operation Epic Fury
I think you got to
that
read a bit more
virtually
before
all
making
of our
claims.
objectives are fully achieved. Thanks to the progress we've made, I can say tonight that we are on track to complete all of America's military objectives shortly, very shortly. We're going to hit them extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 years. We're going to roll them back to the Stone Ages where they belong. In the meantime, discussions are ongoing on regime
You're
change.
just uneducated, dude.
Not our goal.
I don't know what to tell
I
you.
said regime change, but regime change
Yeah,
is
it's not my job to be your teacher either, so.
all their original leaders' death.
But
They're all dead. The new group is less radical and much more reasonable. Yet, if during this period of time no deal is made, we have our eyes on key targets. If there is no deal, we are going to hit each and every one of their electric generating plants very hard and probably simultaneously. We have not hit their oil, even though that's the easiest target of all, because it would not give them even a small chance of survival or rebuilding.
there's no reason for the speech to exist. There's nothing here.
And there's not a thing they could do about it. They have no anti-aircraft equipment. Their radar.
It's just posturing for midterms.
We are unstoppable as a military force. The
I think times are changing. Yeah, I mean,
with the B-2 bombers have
like,
hit so hard.
it just feels like such a small consolation for me. Like, it doesn't. Because he'd already had his 2 terms. He's going to be in office for a lot longer. Like,
See them make a move, even a move
and I just think it's because the economy's bad. Like,
with missiles very hard.
it makes me so upset that people just have no fucking backbone and or brain.
That we keep this conflict in perspective. American involvement in World War I lasted 1 year, 7 months, and 5 days. World War II lasted for 3 years, 8 months, and 25 days. The Korean War lasted for 3 years, 1 month, and 2 days. The Vietnam War lasted for 19 years, 5
You're
months,
fine,
and
Ren.
29
You're
days. Iraq went on
you're
for
fine.
8
Trust me, if you weren't fine, I'd be much more obvious about it.
military operation so powerful, so brilliant against one of the most powerful countries for 32 days. And the country has been eviscerated and essentially is really no longer a threat. They were the bully of the Middle East, but they're the bully no longer. This is a true investment in your children and your grandchildren's future. The whole world is watching and they can't believe the
I can't
power,
listen to him.
brilliance. They just can't believe what they're seeing. They leave it to your imagination, but they can't believe what they're seeing. The brilliance of the United States military. Tonight, every American can look forward to a day when we are finally free from the wickedness of Iranian aggression and the specter of nuclear blackmail. Because of the actions we have taken, we are on the cusp of ending Iran's sinister threat to America and the world. And I'll tell you, the world is watching.
Oh my god.
It's all over. The United States
He's just trying to change the narrative about him in the war. It is like,
He's a moron.
it's just such a waste. The one good thing is this signals that he's desperate, right?
the United States
This is a very desperate move.
You've been listening to President Donald Trump. The request of this time to address the nation, as promised,
glow.
was an update on the war in Iran, also the political effects this war is having here at home. Gas prices, a subject he addressed. He said the increases we've experienced nationally are short-term increases. On the military objectives in Iran, he said they're on track and they will complete those objectives shortly. 2 to 3 weeks we got as a timetable once again. At issue, the Strait of Hormuz, the blockage there is what's causing oil to skyrocket overall and drive gas prices up here in the U.S.
It's just so ignorant. Like, the Strait of Hormuz is
Naturally,
blocked.
at one point he said
Gas prices are going up like 33%. And people are like, shouldn't it actually not have an effect?
Chief White House correspondent Nancy Cordes, who's been watching and listening along with me. Nancy, what stood out to you?
Well, Tony, the president historical context to basically argue that other major wars in history have lasted a lot longer than this one is going to. He is well aware that it's an unpopular war with many Americans, so he wanted to make it clear that it's not going to last much longer. He said he had to wage war because Iran was
You've
closer
hit
to getting a nuclear weapon than
an awkward time, Quinn.
So-
but I appreciate but I appreciate you.
countries should go in and
Cheers.
take the oil, that the strait is just going to open up naturally. I can tell you most countries do not believe that. In fact, the UK
No, I think Iran's gonna treat the Strait of Hormuz like a toll booth from now on.
countries tomorrow
It's basically what they're doing now,
discuss
and I think they're just gonna keep it that way.
to get a
They
flow
should.
of their oil once this conflict is over.
All right, Nancy Cordes for us tonight. We're going to leave it there. Our coverage will continue on CBS News 24/7 under local news and tomorrow on CBS Mornings. Many of you will now return, as promised, to Survivor. This has been a CBS News special report. I'm Tony DeCopel. Good night.
Oh, what a vibe killer. Now we have to watch Genevieve get screwed.
Says Hala, never been to this beach.
Christian, incredible job.
Oh, they're all actually going to separate beaches, huh?
Appreciate that.
Yeah, he split them up at the end.
You guys want to do we have things to do?
The blood moon is serious.
No way anyone's doing camp work. Come on.
3 groups are going to tribal council, and I'm going with Joe, Christian,
Damn, Joe's gonna survive this too. Joe's lucky Genevieve's there.
people, not so much about life.
I would love more than anything for this to be a simple vote. What are you all thinking?
How do you feel about Genevieve? Have you had conversations
That'd
with
be
her?
A couple, but it's very around the edges. For what happens if we go Genevieve and she plays something? Idol, obviously, bad news. But
So here's the thing.
okay.
I have the idol from you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using that.
You're using it regardless.
I'm using it.
Got it.
Get it through the blood moon. I am not. No round.
Christian and Devin
She's using it.
gave me my idol.
That should be a bluff. I like it if she doesn't. Thank you, Strives, for the gifted subs. I appreciate it.
No interest in working with
It's very kind.
Shop clothes,
Raises my mood a tiny bit, I suppose. But seriously, I appreciate it.
If you play your show, you're immune. I'm immune. You know, that leaves me. I just am the only one of this three that's unsafe. So we have to literally go.
I mean, I hear the economy's booming, so I guess we all have some spare income.
I have an idea. Okay. Aubrey, we know she's an idol. So we're gonna vote for Red Devils.
And who's going to be with us?
It's gonna be you, me, and Christian as the swing. Listen, if this plan goes, they're voting me out anyways, not you. Either way, you're fine. Invest.
What a stupid ass plan this is.
All I have at this point
Swing Christian against.
but that's only two.
I mean, she's cooked. What is she supposed to do? I don't blame her. She needs to get it on Joe.
You're gonna be fine either way.
That's the only thing she could do. But no, this is tough. I mean,
I'm trying to go in there with a positive mind, but if this doesn't
maybe try to convince Devins to get rid of Aubrey and her idol. But
I genuinely want to work with you, and I feel like if I survive tonight, I'm well positioned. I would like you to be well positioned with me, and I'm going to try and make those inroads, and all I keep hearing is you and Devins are cooked. So if you haven't heard people saying that, that's because what I'm telling you is true, and you are being lumped in with the rest.
she's playing so desperate, and she has to. This is so rough.
Did the rock drop and I see my group, I go, I'm screwed. Because the word around camp is Aubrey is an idol. It was given to her by Devins, who is also
Yeah, but Aubrey saying she's playing the idol is genius.
Christian and Devins are extremely close in this game. And it's just a matter of do they want to send me or Joe home tonight? So I'm trying to convince Christian that I want to work with him, that there is a future and it's a better future if you go with me and Joe.
This is just such a oh, this is so sad.
If me or Joe goes tonight, that's going to confirm it.
But if Brady's no longer here, that's no longer an issue. That's what you're more than implying at this point.
That's what I'm flat out saying.
Genevieve's one of the most dangerous players in this game. She's talented, knows how to marshal smooth as velvet, all deadly qualities.
You are someone I really can see myself like
Anonymous.
collaborating with.
Thank you for the
Someone
5 gifted.
keep up with me, I can keep up with you.
You should have some more presidential addresses on stream.
But if you want to get out Devons, that's okay by me. I need Genevieve to believe
I was telling America my April Fool's joke is just going to be like playing devil's advocate on stream, agreeing with Trump. I fear that would be the end of my my streaming career, though.
she's trying to pitch me to vote for you.
Also, I don't think I'd be able to hide the visceral.
Like she's desperate. Yeah, that's what I have. But like Genevieve, there's a risk that she has.
So they're just going to make the drama: is it Genevieve or Joe?
And I think we're both 99% positive that Joe has nothing. Correct.
Christian's going to push for Genevieve, I think.
If we put everything on Genevieve, I end up going home. And Joe
Yeah, this makes sense. I mean, Devins probably wants to go for anyone who doesn't have an idol.
and we've been coming at each other ever since.
Honestly, I don't hate going for Joe here. Joe's a less dangerous player, but Joe is way less malleable, too. I kind of think you go for Joe. They're going to go for Genevieve, but I kind of like the Joe vote. Because Joe's just inseparable with the guys. Can't ever work with him. But again, thank you, Anonymous.
I'm working through in my head a plan B. There's the small risk voting Genevieve, but there's no risk voting Joe. I'm freaking out.
Aubrey needs to die on the hill that it has to be Genevieve. I mean,
Not feel like a cucumber. I feel like a spicy pickle. Like I'm tingling everywhere. I'm nervous. This is a huge decision. And if we get it wrong, it's game over.
yeah, that's the most simple vote. I think it's just Genevieve 4-1. She has her shot in the dark though, and she probably plays it.
Phenomenal for me because look at this beauty. This is the prettiest immunity necklace I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, this was almost impossible for D to lose.
Emily. So that basically leaves Colby and Coach up to grabs. And guess what? You're gonna sit, you're gonna shake, you're gonna roll over for me, because you're gonna be my little puppies tonight.
Colby, how long you hung in there with your foot was incredible.
How did that happen again?
It was in that challenge on day 9 when we were pushing the boats up the ramp, and I thought I just hyperextended my toes.
Oh my god, I'm so
And it was
sorry.
either a stress fracture or a torn ligament. Not looking too good for me. I come into this with a heavy.
They really should vote Coach out.
Me in the challenge itself, but worse than that, I lost my vote early in the game. Still don't have it back, which means not only am I sitting duck because I don't have a vote, but I also can't play my shot in the dark tonight. So things don't.
I wonder if Colby had to ask a clarifying question.
He sucks.
Meanwhile, his tilt doesn't work.
He's like literally a lame duck.
So that could be like easy picking, I guess, for everybody.
I think we wait on that. Like if I mean, if it were me, I would say Emily because Emily last night said, D, Tiffany, Chrissy,
Colby scheming.
she wants out.
Okay.
How does it look?
To you last night.
Casey?
Last night.
Why didn't you tell me?
Damn. It does look good.
Right, right.
I told D that last night Emily threw her name out, and D immediately.
This would still just be a 2-2 tie, though. How does lost votes work on a revote?
I mean, that's my foot in my mouth right there. Why didn't I tell you? I could not tell her the truth at that point. So I had to come on, Emily, we just met her, and she's like, we can try to five. And I'm just like, okay, you moron. You will not do that twice.
Colby can't revote, okay. Himself, I think.
I gotta get my crap together, and I gotta be more patient. I can't jump the gun like that.
Coach is so annoying. He's pitching you hard. And he told me that this morning you told him that the list of people going home, me first. He told me that.
Okay, coach, whatever.
What an idiot. He's so messy.
Also, this is the weirdest pre-travel council.
Yeah. Who does have a vote? Because it's really used.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Coach is confusing to me because his style of gameplay is not as laid back and as chill, I guess, as you would imagine. Colby is just sitting back. He's not doing much. He's tending the fire. That's the strategy. Coach is doing the exact opposite. He's just actively lying to people. It's like this really aggressive form of gameplay, which I guess you could describe as being a little bit more akin to the new era.
I can't believe, is it Coach?
See, here's the thing. I might open-minded. I'm like, whatever.
I'm down for whatever you want to do. Like, whatever you want to Suri do.
To be honest,
Me too.
I think Colby's gonna get better.
Exactly. And Colby can leave tomorrow. Let's get Coach out now.
Colby does.
Colby's gonna stick around for a while if they keep him with a broken foot.
I'm like, okay, well, he went out and coached. Maybe this is like a two birds, one stone.
I just think Coach is actually like a pretty decent winner candidate right now.
Why would we vote off somebody who's just gonna leave the game anyway?
Yeah.
I think we take the opportunity. Coach is not going to be as impactful to that alliance, but he'll do whatever.
Emily's argument was that Colby's going to be probably taken out of the game because of his foot anyway.
I don't think that's going to happen, but you can't.
I mean, for Suri, it makes sense to get rid of Colby because she needs threats in the game.
Do you gamble?
No. Why should
Why
I?
are you trying to gamble right now? Taking Coach instead of Colby is taking the tail off the snake and not the head. I'm looking at it from a point of view, who is the leader of this wearisome group they're trying to get, and what
Yes, definitely not
damage
Coach.
is it going to have?
Seems like it is Coach.
Yeah.
Kobe runs that group.
I've been working this game with Suri. Suri's my
It makes sense for Suri.
I'm working with Emily. That's also my girl. So the question is,
Suri should get rid of Colby because she needs a line of people who could win at Final Tribal to get voted out in a row.
Here's what I was thinking. On one way, Coach and I are kind of interchangeable. You take either one of us out, it's good for your game. So what about this? You save me tonight. Tomorrow when we merge on that beach, I pull the other ones in. Stephanie, Chrissy, Joe, whomever. And just tell them with you there,
I would appreciate that.
saying, Dee stuck her neck out for me last night. Let's work together. Let's not target Dee. We got a lot of other targets on this beach. I can assure you, I have more influence over them than Coach does.
I don't know Colby too much, but I really like him. That's the weird thing about Colby. I feel like he's sincere.
I mean, I love it from Colby.
It's hard to find in this game. Coach, I think, is so shady.
Man,
When we talk
If I were to talk to Dragon Slayer, I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
opportunistic. So
I do hope they vote out Coach, to be honest. I find Colby to be a much more enjoyable presence, not just like obviously he's more likable, but like I enjoy watching Colby on my screen more than Coach. Maybe that's a hot take. I assume it is. But like Colby feels more of a ham this time, or Coach feels like more of a ham this time than like a genuine insane person, right? But it's gonna be one of them. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I think D is not the type to yield to Suri, though. I think D is like will push her agenda. They have a lot of respect and reverence for Suri, but what if Suri is the only vote for Colby? They're gonna be on the same page. And okay, can we be fucking real? America? How many times do you think Suri changed her mind about who she wants out between the two?
A ton.
Yeah, there's probably 7 scenes of her saying, I really think it has to be
They
Coach.
picked this one because it's different to what Dee's thinking, but I'm sure they went back and forth a ton, you know?
Right? Like, doesn't that feel like it's definitely like she's definitely enjoyed multiple perspectives. I just think it's such a bad twist because like none of these votes are interesting. Because like the only reason why I thought this try would be interesting is because I didn't see edit-wise Coach or Colby going. That was so off my radar. But like looking at it logically, this tribe is super basic. It's 3 versus 2 and it all happens to come down to random draw. I just hate it. And I just hate them fucking, like, gaslighting us and essentially rage baiting us saying, this is for the fans.
Yeah.
Do the same twist with 2 tribes. It's so much better immediately. Who's going to the other tribe? I mean, right now it's Chrissy, but I could see Chrissy or Camilla are my two viable candidates. Yeah, Jonathan's not as big of a threat in individual immunity as he is in tribal immunity. Generally, physicality is more important in the pre-merge. Tribe splits have all been terrible arrangements of players. It's more likely to have an obvious group like breakdown within the five than a complicated one. Like in a group of five, you need to have two people and then one in the middle, or like five people who don't know each other. There's too many connections. There's always going to be a group of three instantly formed. So I don't think this is like bad luck necessarily. And like just right now, we're going to lose Genevieve and Coach on this twist. It's pretty rough. I'm not the biggest Genevieve person. Like, I like her a lot. I met her. She was awesome. But, like, I've never been, like, the number one Genevieve stan as a character. Coach, I could kind of go, you know, for me, it's not that big of a deal. But I know for, like, the fans, losing Coach and Genevieve is kind of rough.
I also feel like, no, I guess we did.
What?
No, nothing. I was wrong.
Okay.
I was gonna say we haven't seen a lot of Genevieve, but we had.
She's gotten a huge edit, yeah.
With Aubrey, yeah.
But even before that, it was her and Kyle. And, like...
Yeah.
What are the bats doing out during the day?
Wow, I'm out of breath. Same. Unfortunately, we go from this reward where we're stuffing our faces, and we get back to camp, and the game continues.
I just ate up and then like things came out.
So you get to taste it again.
Yeah.
The blood moon is terrifying, but I feel like this group is actually pretty good for me because me, Tiff, and Jonathan all started out on the same Apollo tribe together, and on a tribe of five, all we need is three.
When I saw that you and Tiff were on the same thing as me, I'm like, okay, we should be solid for tribal council. But here's the thing, we only need three, me, you, and Tiff.
And that's it.
I know Tiff is all good.
Obviously, I'm close with Tiff, but me and Jonathan kind of have an up and down relationship. I've played this entire game so far with him, but he was blindsided by the vote on Sela where we sent Charlie home, and so I need to make sure he's with me.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think?
Oh, only the options are me, you, Tiff.
We don't need to make it complicated. This is really easy because
Jonathan? I think it's going to be Camilla. I think Jonathan's swinging.
Yeah. I'm not doing it.
No, I think I'm right about Camilla. Because Jonathan wants to ride with old school. That's why they showed us the old school scene.
Who's old school on this tribe?
No one really, but like Chrissy is with Coach and Colby and them. And Jonathan was approached by them too. So like,
I know you guys are gonna vote for me tonight. I totally get it. Oh God, I just really don't want to cry. It's okay if you cry. I really want to leave with all of us friends.
Yeah.
Aw.
And like know that like none of this is personal.
Yeah.
Like
I don't believe it from Chrissy yet, but we'll see.
Survivor 50 has been a lot of redemption for me. It has really helped me heal a lot of old wounds. All right, Chrissy, what's on your mind? And so when I sit down with both Camilla and Tiffany, I tell them the exact same thing, which is if you vote for me, I know why you do, and I don't take it personally. I let them know that if tonight is my last night in the game, I really just want it to go out joyfully. But I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Jonathan and I and you are cut from the same cloth.
Get their asses. I think I'm Team Chrissy over Camilla. I love Camilla though. Like, but
No, that's fun. Oh my, I got goosebumps.
Camilla talks about people behind her back and twists words, and she's very sneaky. And we watched her on 48.
I kind of might have clocked pretty well with Genevieve and Camilla.
Over the person again, but it all comes down to Jonathan. I'm looking at you right now and telling you, you have my 1,000% trust. I made a really strong connection with Jonathan on the Palo tribe, and
Yeah, they wouldn't have fucked him
I
over.
am hoping that that still exists. You want my pitch?
Yeah.
Those girls are totally using you, and you know that if you were in the final three, neither one of them is going to give you $1 million.
I know that.
And you know me and you are cut from the same cloth.
I know.
Okay.
It actually is true as well. This is a real pitch.
I think that I'm caught right in the middle of this five.
Jonathan, I trust you 1,000%. I am writing Chrissy's name down.
I find Jonathan a really fun presence on the show. Maybe I'm out in the ocean, but like I just Camilla has no respect for Jonathan. Nor should she. Like, I get it. Like, it's not even...
They don't have that good of a relationship, it seems like.
No, they were just circumstantially in the same tribe. Didn't watch his season. You didn't watch Zach Wurtenberger? Come on. I like this. It'll be a bit of a split between old school and new school getting voted out. All right, that's the most interesting vote for me. Well, we know there's no idol, so the drama isn't there. Well, that makes it sound like she's voting Colby out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I want Coach out over Colby. Chrissy does not hate women. Stop saying stupid shit like that in my chat. They are voting for Chrissy. Oh, God. I don't think anything gets me as heated as politics do. As girls girl rhetoric. Take it from me. The ultimate girls girl. Who are my allies in the house? I was kind of aligned with everyone. I'm an equal opportunity ally. The women hate Chrissy. Okay, let's slow it down on that side too. The only two things I'll accept is no one hates anyone or everyone hates everybody, okay? Those are your two options. You could pick. I was just replying to Survivor Desi. Yeah, Survivor Desi, I think you're dumb too. Not as a person, in this opinion. Chrissy got close to winning the season. Not that close, but, you know. She was working close with her allies. At a certain point in the game, America's closest allies were me, Matt, and Jag. I think America is a misogynist. It's like, no, sometimes circumstance is circumstance. If someone does something sexist, we can call it sexist. If someone does something that, like, could be perceived as sexist, if you just zoom out and look at, like, the, you know. I'm glad for Chrissy, though. I don't know how long she has in this game. She could be a final tribal person, honestly. I thought that was a possibility, but I'm glad she's getting some run, some burn. Even if she goes out here, I think it's unlikely, but she might. Even if she goes out here, I think that's, you know, it was a fun run. I just listened to a live feed update. You rated yourself a 6 on the stock watch. I think I was right. It was probably week 1, right? I was going to do a stream about that, about, like, the biggest jumps in the stock watch, and then talk about what happened there.
That's a good one.
I think it'd be a fun stream. It would just require a bit of research. What season did they start the stock watch? Does anyone remember?
Yeah, you gotta do this after finals. That's a lot of time.
It really wouldn't take that long, because they have, like, the full chart from every season at the end.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you just kind of...
Would it just be New Era?
I think it's a little bit before New Era, 2017. So yeah, so it's about 10 seasons. I'm not counting Battleback people. That seems unfair. But like Jag, probably week 6, like week 5, they did the stock watch on Tuesday when he was getting evicted unanimously against Red, and then the next time was when it's between Izzy and Felicia. Like that was probably a huge jump for him, like a 0 to a 4 or a 5.
Did they not know that Matt had the power and that he was going to use it?
I'm talking about the next week.
Oh, duh.
Yeah. Who else has huge stock watch jumps? I don't think they ever. I mean, like the other people in on that flip, like Matt probably was pretty consistent. I probably was too high before. I was probably like a 4 and went to like a 5 or 6. America, I think they would have win equity issues. Same with Blue. I'm trying to think of anyone on 24. Taylor, week of the leftovers.
Yeah.
But they might have liked Taylor enough where they weren't tanking her ratings. But realistically, her game was dead and then it was alive. I'm trying to think if there's anyone on 23. On 21, maybe after 6 shooters night, Taco Tuesday.
We're back.
Amon was giving Taylor 10s. Well, that makes sense. Amon is very, he has his own algorithm, his own rich tapestry. Oh my god, why are the Rockets going to lose to the Bucks? It was like an 18-point game. It's a 6-point game now. Oh, it's awesome.
This is your first time to travel. Get a torch, dip it in, and get fire.
We're doing this one first. I feel like this is the least interesting one. I guess for them, least. Or this is the most interesting. Sorry, This is.
Wait a minute.
I think it's the most interesting one. I think for them, maybe they're just doing it in chronological order. It also might be like they don't think the audience cares about Chrissy or Camilla.
Yeah, I think they'll do D's last.
The blood moon. You can see it reflected on the walls of tribal council. It is hovering tonight because one of you will.
Is it actually a blood moon this night? That'd be kind of cool.
Is also a lure into where death happens. Tip, we said there's going to be a survivor version of a blood moon, and it's happening.
This is nuts, Jeff. I feel like I'm in the middle of one of my video games that I play. This is crazy. And ironically,
What does Tiffany play?
one of my favorite video games has a blood moon. When a blood moon happens, all the monsters that you've already killed come up back out of the ground and then they come to like kill you. So I have never seen anything like this in my
What is
life.
she talking about?
Sounds like Scooby-Doo.
Gamers, help me out. Is that Breath the Wild? Oh, it is Breath the Wild. That's so funny.
I'm always gonna keep it real. Everybody's gonna know what's on my mind, and I'm gonna shoot straight, and that's what I did in every conversation that I had because it's only 5 of us. I don't feel like I need to pull no tricks out the bag tonight.
Camilla, if you're at home and you're watching, it's the first tribal of the blood moon.
So it is just chronological. Okay.
In terms of this being an opportunity to get the game heading in the direction you want it to go.
I think the best move for people tonight is to find a group that they can navigate this massive merge with. Talk to the other people, figure out who they're cool with, who are you cool with, and then go with the people who you feel like you have a path forward with.
Jonathan, where's the opportunity in this massive twist?
Well, Mr. Jeff, this is the blood moon, and I think it's a great time to draw a line in the sand and figure out where people stand.
And just to add on to what Jonathan said,
Tiffany said, "Give me that screen time."
what I also feel is very important to remember, there are people that you might have to answer to. The decisions you make tonight are going to
Ooh, that's a threat.
for days to come.
Chrissy, that was very ominous. That's something I would have said. There's ripple effect, the blood moon.
Jeff's pissing me off this episode. I liked the rapping and the impressions. I don't know. I don't like whatever the fuck he's doing here.
The 4 that go back to camp will have to answer for how they voted.
So, Camilla, how big a
Blood Moon sounds like a Big Brother twist. Wait, have they ever done like a monster theme?
A zombie monster. Just zombie week.
Yeah, but like werewolves and like
No.
that'd be a cool theme.
I think they'll do space.
This is huge. I mean, you survive this, you're at the merge like shit.
Have they done like a Big Brother Galaxy?
America wanted to do a space theme. I think they did that on BB Can. We watched it, but not on BBUS. All Stars was barely.
Make it to the jury. But in some sense, coming to 50 was a celebratory season and has given us all redemption. So I think there's a lot of other beautiful things about being on 50 too.
Odyssey.
Jonathan, how do you process it, knowing one of those torches will be snuffed soon, and the dream of winning Survivor 50 is over?
That's the thing, Mr. Jeff. It's always in the back of our mind.
I'm turning captions off.
You don't want to go home and be kicking yourself for something you did or didn't do. But it's hard, Mr. Jeff. And sometimes it doesn't feel like a celebration. It feels like
The Mr. Jeff thing just feels so fake. I don't know. It doesn't work for me.
I would say chaos is celebration. All right. On that note, it is time to vote. Tip, you're up.
Well, I'm feeling good about my Jonathan finalist prediction. That feels good. That feels great, actually. I wish they gave Aubrey a bit more content this episode for my Aubrey winner prediction. I'm hoping my coach prediction is wrong and she gets voted out tonight. That's where I'm at. I'm not going to look at the chat for a minute because you guys might be a hair ahead. No mention of Suri's extra votes. Interesting. I guess it's just such a simple tribal for them. They just don't need it.
I'll go tally the votes.
All right.
If anybody has an advantage or an idol and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so.
Do you think they have advantages? Oh, I guess they just have to say that for the shot in the dark anyways. No one playing it. All right.
First vote, Chrissy. Camilla.
There it is 2-2-2. 2-2-1.
It's going to be 2-2 no matter what.
Chrissy. That's 2 votes, Chrissy. 1 vote, Camilla.
Then it's Camilla.
Camilla, we're tied. 2 votes, Camilla.
And this is it.
1 vote left. Eighth person voted out of Survivor 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the edit was a little I think the edit was a little heavy-handed on this one.
What did he say? What'd she say?
I apologize. We can rewind after.
Can everybody in the chat?
Yeah, do you guys know what she said?
Cory was talking.
I was creating content. I was entertaining. Drag that man through the mud. I like it. I like the bitterness. Need spoilers, can't see stream. Camilla was voted out 3-2. Jonathan flipped. I always think it's a sign of a good player when you're blindsided, but you're not voted out. I think it shows your social chops. She's so likable. She like we would just be friends. And I don't feel that way about a lot of these people. Some of them are just such eccentric characters, and you know. This is the least interesting tribal. I think this is just Genevieve. Which, where would Genevieve rank in terms of robbed players? Like, it would be such a unique robbery.
What's interesting
Why'd you say Treaker?
I heard 3 groups.
Oh, for 3 groups. America hates Treaker. I've never seen someone be pro as Gata watching the 100. It's crazy. Genevieve did this to herself. No, she didn't. She really didn't. Like, she didn't play perfectly, but she didn't deserve this.
Yeah, I think Survivor is a lot about luck, but you earn it, and I think part of earning it is making sure that you have friends and making sure that you are receptive to people and that you don't close any doors.
Christian, what Aubrey's talking about is that more than anything in the game of Survivor, it is about relationships.
I mean, it's true. You have these relationships you've built over the course of this season, and really they go to the test here because we're such a tiny group.
Christian's still been to every tribal. It's just Christian and Emily at this point that have been to everything.
Joe, what do you think is most significant about tonight? Because there's a lot going on. What stands out to you?
I mean, just we're making history here with 3 tribal councils, 3 people going home, and we're tired, and we're fatigued, and we're hungry, and there's so much emotion in the game. I'm trying to.
I will say, like, at least it's not a purge. At least it's not Mr. Beast. You know, like, you take the small wins when they're there. At least people are getting screwed in a standard way.
3 people voted out tonight will not be on the jury. There's somebody you don't want on the jury because you don't think they'll vote for you. Great opportunity to take them out tonight.
Yeah, I think if you have the luxury of having the numbers to make that decision, that would be a
They could have had multiple boots in the pre-merge.
for some of us. It's just
I agree. I do like them merging early so more people can interact, but
I think there's definitely lots of people who are voting for Genevieve tonight. Part of it is I'm not the type of player who's number one with everyone. I'm not, and there's a range of okay, we can work together, short term, medium term. There's the extreme end of the spectrum of okay, we just can never fit. But sometimes
Genevieve's gonna play her shot in the dark.
working together and there are underlying webs of relationships and advantages that flow between different people in a small group.
Wow, there was a whole lot there. So Devin's concerned that if you all have played a game in which Genevieve is telling the truth and she
Hopefully she plays her shot in the dark.
she might play
Just so you have no regrets.
advantage or an idol or something else? Absolutely. We only hear what she's saying and we don't know what she has. Maybe this is the best.
The issue is if you have an idol, you wouldn't talk about it. You would just play it so you could actually like pick who goes home, you know? It doesn't really make sense to bluff it unless you're trying to keep your idol, right?
You can't get around the fact that whoever's voted out tonight won't have a say in who wins this game. It doesn't mean that it wasn't important you were here, but you don't get your stamp on the season. Yeah, it seems 50
I'd be so pissed if I was Genevieve.
long and you want to be as
I feel like this would be like if Cameron evicted me at the final 10. Like, I'm like, really? He won? I guess it's kind of like Blue, but I just never felt like I had a rivalry with Blue. Like, that felt a little bit one-sided. Controversial, but I think it's okay to have enemies in Survivor. Well, yeah, of course, if they're on the outs. Just, you know, when the blood moon happens, that's when there's some risks.
What do you think the odds are Christian really wants to work with me? More or less than 1 in 6.
Come on. They're not even trying to pretend like it's between Genevieve and Joe.
Yeah, what she say? What are the odds?
Yeah. Don't they know about all 3 idols, though? Like, Christian knows about all 3. He knows about Aubrey. Does he know about Rizzo from anybody? If they know about all 3 idols, you should just vote Genevieve, right?
Damn, are they going commercial? Fuck them.
I mean, she's going to play her shot in the dark, which is good. I mean, it's just a bummer. She played her shot. I think we don't know, but I assume so. Could still be Joe because of that. I mean, look, it's a genuine 1 in 6 chance, and I think the edit makes a lot of sense with her going home here. I would love for it to land, and Joe goes home. Well, that's not actually what would happen, right? No, in that case, Devins would go home provided that Joe probably is just voting for Genevieve, though, right? If I'm Joe, I'm definitely voting with Genevieve in case the shot in the dark, you know? Aubrey would go? No, Aubrey wouldn't unless Joe's voting Aubrey. It would come down to who Joe votes. And if Joe votes for Genevieve, then Joe would just get booted on the revote. Aubrey doesn't have an idol. Oh, sorry. Aubrey, yeah. I don't think she will. I understand wanting to play it, especially if you know what it does, to take away the incentive of people voting you out, but she should not use it. Having an idol, I think, is more valuable than getting that stank off of you. I think you have to keep it. That's just me, though. IMO. IMHO. You want to know my crazy take? I think LeBron's still better than KD. I don't think there's been a time in the history of the NBA that Kevin Durant and LeBron were playing and Kevin Durant was better than LeBron. And I don't think that's even the case now. What do you think of Trump attending Supreme Court arguments? I mean, Jesus. The thing is, that will antagonize the justices to him. Clarence Thomas lost cause, Kavanaugh's lost cause, but I think Amy Coney Barrett has stood up to him more than I would have expected, but the Supreme Court today dropped a devastating decision for trans kids. The court's fucked, but, you know. I mean, Roberts is going to hate this shit. No chance they'll end birthright citizenship. I don't think they will. But there's no way you could say no shot. I don't think they'll do it, but you can never count it out with these people. I just think as Trump loses momentum, the ability of him to strong-arm people goes down, right? And he really doesn't have any leverage on these justices outside of, like, the bully pulpit. So it's like, I don't anticipate them, like, folding because of that. Clarence Thomas, because he's just an absolute mole. Like, the worst kind of human. Birthright citizenship is a human right in this country. Yeah, but they take away human rights all the time. Like, I don't want to be negative, but, like, we can't just because we think something is moral and we're correct, it doesn't mean they give a shit, right? Don't forget Alito. Oh, Sammy. He's a lame duck, essentially. He's a lame duck for a long time, though. For a long time. I think people forget, he still has a lot of time left. No, Clarence Thomas is the worst. He's the worst. And reading his decisions, he's so dumb. He had wrote better decisions earlier, but I'm reading so much Thomas, and he's just so fucking dense. Like, he just thinks we're so dumb reading his shit. I'm hoping the Rockets stay in the 6th seed. I think Lakers-Rockets would be a good series. I think the Lakers would beat the Wolves, too, to be honest, especially without Jaden McDaniels, but I think I prefer the Rockets. Actually, the Infinity stream, by the way. We're at 3.5 hours. What are we doing? Yeah. Okay, good for Genevieve. She's reading the fucking room. I really don't think this falls on Devins. They did show a clip of her and Joe talking about voting for Devins, but this might be Joe's downfall if it lands. I don't think Devins goes here. This might force Aubrey's idol, though.
This is a shot in the dark scroll, which means there is not a vote in here from Genevieve. You took a
Do we roll the dice, and then can Aubrey decide if she plays her idol?
safe. Any votes cast against you will not count. If it says you are not safe, all votes cast against you will count.
Aubrey should have to play her idol before it's rolled, I think. I think that's so much more fair, but... Wait, it's a scroll? I thought they have a dice.